Good morning, everyone. We're back with a surprise Star-Lord special, as we're calling it. We're taking an adventure into Jet's brain this morning to take a little preview of this conversion he's doing of Rise of the Runelords to Starfinder, which I think is really cool. I love Rise of the Runelords. So I hope you guys like it too. This morning around the digital table, we have Jet. Jet, say hi.
Hi. Muted.
We have Mac.
Hey, come and get your love.
Because it's Star-Lord. And Simon.
I get it. Yes, that is me.
No, that's definitely what I meant. Yes.
Simon, I'm seeing some weirdness on stream with the Discord overlay. Of course, it stopped as soon as I said something.
Yeah, no, I know what it is, and I fixed it. I had to hide the camera because his visage is unsightly.
It is unsightly indeed.
There's it's not Seth art.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not okay.
Discord art.
You have to
get like a little SRO bot head for it.
We should.
Yeah,
we should. You know.
I'm sure Seth has drawn SROs before. I can just throw that art in there.
That's almost exactly like a toaster.
Oh yeah, who commissioned that? I forget.
It was Shades.
Oh yes,
really good stuff.
With arms.
Well, hopefully we will also have a Leaf at some point. We're really hoping he's not dead. He was supposed to be here.
He would be here. He was gonna roll then he'd roll a soldier and everything.
Yeah.
Which is it's out of you know what, that is suspicious though. He never plays soldiers, so I don't know why we didn't see this coming.
Maybe it was someone impersonating Leaf when they said they would be here. So hopefully
when he said here, he meant Subnautica.
Maybe he's not even on Discord.
You don't know. Could be invisible.
He could be invisible. It's true. So yeah, hopefully we'll see him at some point here soon, and he's not dead of coronavirus wherever he is.
Seems unlikely.
In the meantime, you guys excited to play some Runelords?
Yeah. Starfinder's way better than Pathfinder 1.
I've never played. I've never played Rise of Runelords, unlike the two of you. So this is going to be entirely new for me.
Nice. I haven't played it, but I did run
pressure.
Many moons ago.
All right. So, Tom, that probably means that you'll have to take up the lead here, since.
Well, that works because I'm also playing the face, I believe.
All right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think you are indeed our face. Who you playing, Mac?
I am playing Jacinto. I'm a flowering Raxolite who, oh boy, I should probably make a token while somebody else is making introduction. Yeah, I got you, friend. I'll make you a token too. It'll be great.
Of the two Raxolite arts that exist on the internet, you use one and I'll use the other.
I mean, yeah, I'm a flowering and you're not flowering. Sorry for the spoilers, everybody, but flowering Raxolite who has a hyacinth flower on their head.
Pompadour-esque.
Yeah, sort of. It flops around every now and then. It sort of droops lazily, and occasionally they have to sort of foof it back up. It's very cute. And yeah, they are. He is a mystic.
What is his connection?
His connection is the Mellophile, because I've been waiting so long to play a Mellophile. Those of you who know me might know that I am into music. I'm a music teacher, and so the Mellophile just sort of really connected, no pun intended, with my sensibilities when I read Com, and I was just heartbroken when they banned it in Society Play. So this is my chance. Play somebody who's really in tune with the Song of the Spheres. Pun intended.
Is the Song of the Spheres in major key or minor key?
it can be in whatever key you need, man. It modulates in back and forth. And this isn't Jacinto's voice. This is just me.
Whoa.
Yeah. It is in both and in neither. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Right.
so that's Jacinto.
All right.
What about our other flower person?
Yeah, I'm going to be playing Rakis, another Raxolite who is in a seeding stage, but he's just waiting for the right time to bring a new Raxolite into the world, and it's not now. What with all the Runelords and all. I decided to go.
Those aren't common knowledge.
Sorry. Spoiler. Runelords feature prominently in Rise of the Runelords, and
the music of the stars is talking to you, telling you not to bear that seed.
Yeah, and they're not good dudes.
Well, no, that's his brother.
He made me choke on my coffee. I apologize.
But yes, I will be playing an operative as always. And yes, I think I also work at the fair that has recently come to Sandpoint Colony.
Sandpoint is a colony. Magnamar is a space station. The Sandpoint and Magnamar are in orbit around a gas giant by the name of Varesia. They named a lot of these celestial bodies in honor of the bits and pieces of Galarian that they have managed to piece back together, despite the Gap doing its best to wipe out a lot of information. The one part of this solar system that is not named directly in honor of Galarian or anything like that is the sun, which is named Rydar. And that was just the people that discovered the star named it that, and it did not get renamed when the colonization happened.
So my impression of the Gap is that it didn't erase any of the Pathfinder knowledge, right? We still know everything that happened.
Right, we just don't know anything that happened during.
Yeah, the Gap is everything between Pathfinder and Starfinder.
I always assumed that bits and pieces of other information was wiped out as well, but I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, I'm sure there's stuff that didn't exist on the infosphere that was lost. The great libraries back on Galarian. There was probably a lot of stuff lost, but we probably know. I imagine that people know the main areas of Avestan and the big cities and stuff.
So I have recently started playing Pathfinder 2, a society specifically, and so that is also before the Gap then?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. The Gap is an undetermined amount of time after current Pathfinder, and it stretches an undetermined amount of length until approximately 300 years ago. And I say approximately because there's some sections of the galaxy where the Gap just didn't really hit that hard, or it's weird. It didn't affect things
as
across.
As convenient for the story.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I like to describe... I like to describe the Gap as covering Pathfinder Modern because Paizo doesn't want to do it.
Man, I want Pathfinder Modern. Sorry. Nobody else wants Pathfinder Modern. I want to play 1990s Pathfinder.
You mean you want to play
I can see it working.
Early Shadowrun is what you're saying.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I just want to play Shadow.
Yeah, there's a lot of eras between fantasy and sci-fi. There's steampunk, there's modern, there's cyberpunk. Yeah.
Yeah. 1920s Pathfinder. Oh man, that'd be fun.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually...
I mean, Clue had a character based on that.
I'm actually playing in one of the mods on Cosmic Crit. You all might know him, Cody. Simon, we play in a game with him and stuff like that. He's a really cool dude. He's got a D&D 5e game, sorry, Nick, that is set in steampunk.
Why are you sorry? I like that you guys enjoy 5e. I just don't want to play it.
Okay. I don't enjoy 5e. But I don't begrudge other people enjoying.
We've talked about this, Simon. I thought you did like D&D 5e.
What? No, it's not complex enough. You pick your class and you pick your subclass, and then you make no more decisions until the end of time.
Yeah. No,
that's why I'm not interested.
Yeah.
But it's still a tabletop game, and I want people to play tabletop games. And you know what I love? You know what my favorite thing about 5e is? Some of you might know this. My favorite thing about 5e is that the Adventure League players eventually get bored and wander over to the society tables.
Yeah, it is interesting that
Favorite thing about 5e.
while 5e is like ludicrously popular, I feel like their organized play is less popular than Paizo's. I don't know why that is.
Oh, it's pretty popular.
Really?
Yeah, our local game shop had a pretty thriving Adventure League group. They did have to post like common sense, be nice to each other rules on the wall, which made the society group laugh a little bit. But yeah, it
I
tended
don't condemn anyone for putting "be nice to each other" things on walls.
we just thought it was funny that they had to put it up for the Adventure League folks when we're like, yeah, no one ever had to do that for us, man. Yeah, no, Adventure League is huge, and sorry, I spent a lot of time at the game shop talking about this. The cool thing about Adventure League is it's only an hour. So it's really easy to like play after school for the teenagers.
Yeah.
But it tends to be the teenagers get to be college age, and a lot of them are like, I have more time. Oh, hey, what's this Pathfinder society group that meets on Saturday? And so they'll, come check it out and join us and discover they really like Pathfinder. It's a great gateway drug for tabletop gaming. So I love 5e. I just don't want to play it.
It's very easy to get into, and I think that Wizards achieved their primary objective there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Stranger Things did too.
Yeah. Stranger Things help. All the other shows out there that do D&D stuff.
All right. So we're gonna start.
I didn't do my character.
You didn't. We got distracted super hard. And I was trying to get us on tracks. We started at Starfield, and Nick describes her character. Her character.
So, Lehan is a local of Sandpoint. She is a mechanic. She has never left this moon ever in her life. She has a pretty floral umbrella, and she's very excited about the festival because there's people here who are not from here. Maybe somebody has something interesting and new to check out.
Like
what?
The theme.
No, Ghost. No. Not a ripoff of. Okay, yes, it is.
No,
yes, she's Kaylee from Firefly. I built this character forever ago, and I never got to play her, and it made me so sad. So I reincarnated her.
You should have saved her for the Big Damn Heroes adventure.
Well, I'm gonna run the Big Damn Heroes adventure.
Yeah,
GNPCs are awful.
We've talked about this.
I like that the thread through all three of your characters is flowers in some way, shape, or form. Two of you are, and then she has this giant floral umbrella.
We are we're a colorful bunch. What can we say?
Fine.
We are.
All right. So we're gonna go back to this Starfield, and in this Starfield is a beat up little, I want to say like the equivalent to a Winnebago, maybe. How would you describe your vehicle, Jacinto and Rackus? Because I picture you're in like a caravan coming to Sandpoint to set up for the fair.
It's a flower cart.
Yeah, first of all, it's very small. It is it's very easy to miss because it's got to be low enough to the ground for us to get into it. Yeah, flower cart. Now, Simon, when you say flower cart, do you mean like a Mario Kart go-kart flower cart? Or like a flower cart that we sell flowers
it's
out
just filled with dirt and we sit in it?
And our elf fans just sort of like dig into the dirt and find the various controls and stuff like that.
We use the controls with our roots. Okay.
It's just a flower. It's a flower pot with like a force dome and some thrusters on the side and back for landing and maneuvering.
Yeah. Yep. That's what it is.
Yep.
And then you're part of this convoy just of all sorts of different shapes, like shuttles of different shapes and sizes. One of them is obviously like it's the Ferris wheel, but it's been converted into a ship so that when they land, all they've got to do is land and it's set up. Like a lot of these, I feel are like the game booths are actually like shuttles. And like the person that operates it lives in there, flies it to the next moon or planet, sets it down. And then when they actually have to go like like outside of a solar system and they need to enter the drift, they probably either combine Megazord style or enter in like a bit, or they enter like a big top tent shaped ship that's just like floating out there that can't land on the planet.
Oh my
yeah,
god,
like
yes.
they all fold up into this big top ship. Yeah.
I
For
love
interplanetary
the hell out of that.
travel.
Yeah.
Great. I love it.
And this little flower pot is traveling through the stars and it's descending and there's starting to be turbulence and around it's heating up and you're coming down and you do that break through the clouds and you just see like a beautiful ocean, a beautiful landmass, greenery. This planet is not very industrialized at all. There's only like a small number of colonies on it and you're heading for Sandpoint, which is on the coast. And you can see the map here. This is the layout. You're going to come down and you're going to land and you're going to set up right where that pinkish purple looking square is, right next to that big cathedral, number 1. I don't know if you guys are seeing it.
Yeah.
And we're going to jump to, is it Lahani or how do you pronounce it again?
Lahan.
Lahan. We're going to jump to Lahan's perspective. You are outside, so excited. You know that the fair is coming to set up for the festival, and you see in the clouds, and you start hearing thunder, crack, crack, crack. And there's shuttles, wildly colorful and bizarrely shaped shuttles descending from the heavens to come land in your little town. Tell us what you're feeling. Tell us whatever you want to tell us here.
Oh man, Lahan is so excited. She's been like waiting for weeks for the festival. I imagine her family probably all works out at the docks, and she has broken out her favorite umbrella, and she is like already headed that way. Like she has dodged her parents and her brothers, and she is like gone. Heading down to watch the setup with all these really cool shuttles that come down and deploy into rides and games and booths and stuff.
Awesome. So Rakis and Jacinto, maybe tell us a little bit about what setup is for you, and then if you're going to immediately go into business, or if you think you're going to do a little bit of a walk around.
So,
and tell us about your booth.
Yeah. So, what does Rakis do at the fair, Simon? Because
That's
I know what
that's a good question, Tom. Why don't you
I can talk about what I do
first.
Let me expound on what I do. Yeah, for no other reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say that I haven't decided yet. I just want to hold it back.
Yeah. No, yours is going to be way cooler than mine. Yeah.
Yeah, way cooler. Yeah.
So, Jacinto is your classic fortune teller at the fair. Except most fortune tellers don't live in little pots of dirt. So I imagine from your description, Jet, since all of our stalls are sort of just our ships, the potted plant sort of just it gets one of those little wrought iron stands, sort of unfolds out of the bottom of the pot. And lifts it up to normal height for medium-sized creatures to be able to see. And it just sort of digs roots in, looks like roots digging into the ground. And from there, Jacinto will set up a little tent over. We take the visor down, the big force field shield thing that actually keeps us from not dying. Keeps us from dying rather in the void. And just puts a dark tent over that with some cool astrological signs on it and stuff like that.
Now, quick question. Instead of taking the field down, do you maybe just switch it to a different mode and it floats up and forms into a tent-like shape, and it has all sorts of holographic displays of these astrological symbols that are moving?
Yeah. How did you know?
Oh, wow. Professions.
Yeah. So that's he just pushes a button with one of his Elfan little wavy arm things from his head. And it pops up and does that. Forms some cool holographic displays, and he sticks up a sign that says Jacinto's readings. And as he's going about his little you see a little empathnid, which is basically like a vibrant, like an acid trips tarantula, basically in terms of colors, following him around and sort of helping him or just sort of poking around curiously, because he has a pet empathnid that is almost his size, because the empathnids are diminutive and Raxalites are tiny.
Yeah, I will point out
cute.
that we are all very tiny, and
very
you
small.
probably have to have a series of ladders to get up to your fortune telling table for all those like regular sized people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so every
tiny is like a foot tall, maybe, or 6 inches.
about a foot.
It's a foot, but a foot to 18 inches, depending.
Yeah, so like the whole structure of the tent, like inside and out, is kind of weird because we have to accommodate our guests who are, 5 times bigger than us.
Well, that's why I pictured the force field projector coming up and out to create that canopy hovering over your pot that has then rooted itself in the ground. And he described it raising the pot up to, chest height for an average medium-sized creature so that they could converse comfortably.
Yes.
At least that's the picture in my head that I got from the description.
Yeah, that's what I intended.
All right. So Rakis is mostly a juggler. He sort of like warms up the crowds in to entice them into the tent to get their fortunes read, and all of these fortunes are 100% true. He's like a pretty good storyteller, and he's I guess his juggling is probably particularly impressive because he only has one hand, the whole elf hand thing. But juggling is a thing that you can do with one hand, right? So he does that, and it's very impressive.
We have 2 tiny little like twig hands. The elf hand works.
But if I juggle using my small hands, it'll be too small. I gotta juggle big things.
Ah, yeah, you're right.
And to juggle big things, you gotta use the elf hand. And to use the elf hand to juggle, you gotta juggle one-handed.
You're absolutely right. I don't know what I was thinking.
It's all right.
A wild leaf appears.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys.
Hi, Leaf.
It's all right.
My
you.
loud ass ringtone didn't wake me up, but my piddly little ding text tone just woke me up. So
Which text tone of the 50 we sent?
I only sent him like 5 text messages.
no, yeah, I was gonna say it was the 5 little dings. That was it.
Uh-huh.
And it wasn't the first set either. Because first I did send you the Katniss gift to try and lure you out,
Yes.
Because we all know how much you love Katniss. And then
bread.
and then I just sent
I
a
picked
little
that bitch
update that was
to
like, hey
bread.
Leaf, whenever you do wake up, you should come join us. Don't be shy, we miss you.
God, I'm just glad it wasn't one of our stream days. Are we streaming this?
It is a stream day. Leaf, you're live right now.
Wait a second.
Oh man, I'm just really glad I didn't show up in front of all of our viewers. And
I love it. So funny. I love it. No, Leaf. As you may recall from yesterday, we are currently playing Jet's adaptation of Rise of the Runelords in front of our audience of millions of viewers.
Stares off to
at least 300 million viewers right now.
Stares off at the camera. So we are.
Goodness gracious, Leaf. Well, we were just working on introducing the festival here. So
that's okay. It actually makes good sense that my character would probably show up late. What's our setting been shifted to there, Jet?
Oh,
I screwed
no, we lost Jet.
Sorry, I'm back.
He's back.
It was doing my Discord just did something weird. It failed. It disconnected me, reconnected me, disconnected me, and then it went to the go live screen, and it was just sitting there. And I was like, I don't know what's going on, and I managed to get out of that and get back in here. Sorry about that.
Man.
Welcome back.
You scared us for a second. You were just
We found
gone.
a Leaf.
Yeah.
Right when Leaf showed up is when my Discord was like, I'm not having this.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right. That's me when I show up anywhere.
He's a scary
Live show, folks.
Some group of people will just stand up and be like, "Oh, I don't know about this," and just leave.
Thank you,
All right,
bro.
so
Thank you, Crow.
So what did I
Crow clips
miss?
Leaf saying, "I'm glad this isn't on stream."
That needs to go on our YouTube channel. We need to post it in the Discord. This
Yeah,
is delightful.
We had to make sure that
Too
gets disseminated to everyone.
all I want is clear indication that we're live. Where's my fucking my pronking red light, guys?
Yeah,
We're in the Twitch
if we
stream
were using
chat.
Discord to stream, this would not be an issue. But we are not.
Okay, so the last thing I remember was me asking what exactly is being juggled.
Racking. Oh yeah, the juggling. Yeah. So
Juggling.
tell us about your juggling, Simon.
Just the most impressive juggling. We're talking axes and torches. Except this is sci-fi, so they're like laser axes and laser torches.
Do
No,
you specifically
vibro-axes.
juggle laser-themed things, or do you have like plasma and stuff like that?
It's audience request, right? So like I let the audience just throw me random powered weapons that are on and integrated
Nice.
into my loop, and it's real hazardous. We have an extremely good insurance policy.
Yeah, nice. You probably also have a very on-point, either like biohacker or healer mystic that works with the fair company.
Yeah, insurance policy. Yeah, very robust insurance policy.
All right. So we've got a little bit of a description of the booth. Leaf, did you want to get caught up on exactly who's who and what's what? Oh no.
Looks like we lost him again.
Oh, I think he's working on getting everything.
Yeah, no, sorry. I was I'm pressing too many buttons here. I forgot to press the one that made me sound alive. Yeah, what just for my edification real quick, what planet are we on?
We are on a colony moon. The colony is Sandpoint. Orbiting around the gas giant of Varesia. Like this whole system was basically named in honor of Lost Galarian. The only deviation from that is the sun was named by people just looking throughout the solar system, and it was named Rydar. But everything else, like Magnamar is a space station. It's like close to Sandpoint, and it's like the closest beacon of civilization in quotes, geographically or celestially, I guess. But Sandpoint is a colony. It's about 40 plus years old, and they're celebrating and consecrating a cathedral after their previous place of worship was burned down.
Perfect.
And
yes.
these two Raxolite fools are part of the fair folk, and they described beautifully their method of transport and how it landed and set up, and it was great.
Yeah, all on our own, with no help.
Leaf's. It's okay. Leaf's soldier was sleeping in.
Now is Leaf Soldier local, fair folk? How are you? Why are you coming to Sandpoint, or are you already here?
My character, definitely a local, a little too local even, was probably part of the initial colonization phase of this moon, but then got how would you best say this? Separated from the civilized folk and found themselves in a cold, inhospitable land. Spent many years, even like several decades, probably in the wilderness of this inhospitable moon.
Sort of trying to tame the land in order for it to be colonized.
So you're telling me you're the scary old man that my character's been told stories about her whole life?
Scary old woman. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're just playing Shalelu.
Were you Johnny with an eye apple seeding around the planet or the moon?
I was trying to tame the moon, but instead the moon made me wild.
Wait, isn't this your Pathfinder character from when I ran this for you?
No, you're thinking of Ivar. Oh God, what was his name? He was a.
You don't get a printing press.
Yeah. No. Oh.
Yeah, she told that story.
But can I convince you the otherwise?
No.
No
Gamma
printing
Bar
press.
Printing Press wasn't Leaf's group.
No. I'm sure this wild-eyed curly dark-haired woman is in Sandpoint currently, just the colony, not the moon itself. Just replenishing some stores for her little hut out there in the wilderness, and also, of course, taking in a little bit of the festival. It's always nice to get some fry bread every now and again.
So
Right.
what
Yeah, no, you live out in the woods. You got to come in for the festivals because.
So what you witnessed, what maybe drew you in, Iris, I think is your character's name, right? Or is that a different character?
Sorry, no. This character's name is Ava.
Ava. What might have drawn Ava in is you saw the clouds breaking and you heard thunder and you saw all these oddly shaped little shuttles just descending from the heavens towards the center of Sandpoint. Like some of them look like little like game huts. One of them that you probably could not have even seen unless you had some binoculars on you was like a little like force domed potted plant. Like one of them is a flying Ferris wheel. Stuff like
maybe
that.
She thought that Sandpoint was under attack.
Yeah, no, she initially thought there was some sort of attack coming, but then upon closer inspection, realized no.
So we've got Ava coming in because she thinks the town's possibly under attack. We've got the fair folk coming in, setting up their tent, entertaining the masses, and we've got Leon, sorry, I'm bad with names. Staring in wide-eyed wonder as these majestic shuttles land and set up in her small town. What would Lehan do?
Oh man, like I said, she's heading straight up there. So she's probably weaving through the stands as they set up, sort of just looking at everything and marveling how these shuttles all come apart and set up. Just sort of like waiting as patiently as she possibly can to be able to, interact with the festival itself.
I mean, these tents set up pretty quick. They land, they lock down, they fold out, and the people live there. Like they're basically in their pilot's or their captain's chair, and everything opens up. Like they could go into business immediately if they see that there's someone they're interested. Is there any sort of activity or game you're looking to participate in?
Oh man, she wants to try all of the games. But anything obviously like related to tinkering or engineering or strange new tech, she's like, that's gonna catch her attention the fastest.
I'm open to suggestions, but I've got like 4 things that I wrote just because I thought they might be funny.
Audience, if you have ideas for Starfinder Carnival games, throw them in the chat.
We'll take them, and I'm not paying attention to Twitch right now, so someone please say them out loud. There's a booth that folds out, and there's a pen, and it's full of like space vegetable oil, whatever you want to call it, a lubricant, and in it, and off to the side is a cage or a series of cages, and you could play catch the greased squawks, and you'll get a prize. There's the traditional hammer strike thing where you have like a power hammer that you slam down, and if you drive it up into a bell, like holographic streamers and celebration will go off, and you'll win another prize. There's a whole alley where there's like 12 little water guns set up, and you have to shoot into the mouth of the holographic clown, and there's like tug of war being set up somewhere, and probably some sort of dart game where you have to pop like the little holographic balloon representation, stuff like that. Is there anything that you have like an idea of that you would like to interact with specifically?
Yeah, I don't have any great ideas for carnival games myself, but she will go for the water guns. Shade says we should have skitter toss.
That's just not
that
polite.
Seems unethical.
I mean, I'm pushing the line with catch the grease squawks. I don't want to push it over into tossing a tiny sentient person.
They're stuffed animals.
Yeah,
skitter
stuffed skitters, like beanbag toss, but with little stuffed skitter banders.
Oh,
right, as long as you also
like the game where you.
it.
Like the game where you hammer down and it kicks the beanbag filled frog or the frog that's shaped or the beanbag shaped frog into like a target area. You know what I'm talking
Jeez.
about?
No.
Yes. Yeah. Where you smack you lay it on one end of a seesaw basically, and you hit the other end, the up end with a hammer, and you try and launch the frog into a ring or something like that. I've been to carnivals.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's probably also one of those things where you have like a little hoop and it's like a really weak force field in the center and you can try and scoop fish.
Yeah.
And then there's little like bumper hover carts and stuff.
Ah,
Yeah, bumper carts. But first,
Yep.
but first the water guns.
Okay, let's do the water guns.
Win a prize.
I'm going to just involve the players that are not currently interacting with this scene. I want everyone to roll a d20, and it's going to be, let's make it just a ranged attack roll. And the other players are going to be representing like random passersby.
Well, son of a... I got a natural 20.
You lose.
Lehan
There's
won't.
my 15.
She won't cite in on this thing because that seems unsporting.
You're not using it every advantage.
No. Seems unsporting to use my exocortex to gain an advantage in a carnival game. Oh no!
You did the worst. You're having so much trouble. You're probably maybe distracted. You're like, man, how does this work? And how is this all set up? You're probably trying to break the electrical and mechanical components down instead of actually focusing on where you're supposed to be shooting the water beam. And you've got 3 other bystanders, probably like a Vesk and a Kalo in like a full environmental suit, and I don't know, a Falaka, and they're just doing way better than you, but probably that Kalo is like bam, spot on, dead center the entire time, and they walk away with like a giant 5 foot tall stuffed Skittermander.
Michaela is not here.
If I may jump in there, could I have my natural 20 be the Vesk?
Sure, that's
totally
right.
The Vesk is going to say, "Ah, yes, it's me, Tradenfelheit, the best at the water guns," and it's going to flee.
And then he disappears into the crowd,
and then he disappears into the crowd. Yeah, and we never see him again.
That Kalo was wearing an amazing tall blue feathered hat too.
Oh man, Lehan slaps down another token and tries it again.
All right, let's try it one more time. Everybody roll again.
Yes!
Oh no.
All right.
Darn you, Simon.
Yeah, so Raucous.
This time it's a Yosoki who says, "Yep, I never miss, ever." And then he sprints off into the crowd, forgetting his prize.
Well, seeing as how he forgot his prize, and you came in second, Lehan, you're given the prize, and it's another like just a different colored like giant 5 foot tall Skittermander.
Nice. Lehan tucks it under her arm.
Bigger than actual Skittermander.
Yeah, way bigger. So
wait a second.
That's always like the big prize at the fairs is just giant stuffed animals.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for
That's
sure.
true.
Usually you have to win more than once. Can we say it's like a Skittermander sized? So I don't have to
Sure.
Because while you're out with a
That's totally
5 foot
fine.
Skittermander seems crazy.
We're supposed to
A
be
skitter
crazy.
sized Skittermander.
You could be like, no, I don't want the giant one. Give me the small one. And the fair person's going to be like, yep, totally. I'll give you the cheaper one.
Yep. She asked for the slightly smaller one.
All right. So you just did the hollow clown water gun race. What was the other thing you were interested in?
Oh man. We got some more suggestions in Twitch. A weightless slide, which sounds awesome. It's not a game, but it does sound awesome. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, you could.
If you have no weight, don't you just sit at the top of it and then just?
No, someone pushes you. You
weight?
got momentum.
Oh,
okay. So it's a
momentum.
0G slide.
Zero G slide.
Which is, but like 0G also implies, I guess, the floating around, which I guess weightless does too. All right, what I said wasn't clever.
Frictionless
It's like a
slide?
it's a frictionless like greased tube, and someone like pushes you, and then you since you have no other forces acting on you, you just follow the tube wherever it goes, up and down and left and right.
Awesome.
Seth also suggests guess the Mariquai's gender, which is impossible. It can't be done.
There is a stall for that, and it's just no one's going up to it. They look at it, they just look away, and they walk away. The Mariquai just looks sad.
It's a loser's game.
He or she says
In more ways than one.
He, she, it, they, or other.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I don't mean to be so restrictive on my pronouns.
That's okay. That's why I'm here.
You gotta start making up. You gotta start finding those really obscure pronouns for Mariquai.
Z.
Yeah.
And you
and also
might
the
be
graviton is
Graviton?
the one that goes around and around and you.
Oh yeah, the moon, whatever it's called. I think it was called the
then
moon something when I was a kid.
And then at the end of the graviton ride, everybody is pulled 10 feet closer to the center.
Only if they fail their reflex save.
Yeah, you have to fail a fortitude save actually.
The Starfinder graviton is just like a Solarian in a box.
A Solarian in a box, and they're in like a combat simulator, and every 3 rounds they pull everything closer.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Just hope they don't go into the photon, because that's a very different box.
Oh no. Yeah, there was something else that caught my attention that you said. No, I can't remember what it was.
The hover bumper cars.
The bumper cars.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, now I have another question because I know our 2 Raxlites are busy with their stall, unfortunately. But would Ava be doing any of these activities?
I'm sure how this plays out is Ava's perusing some of the stalls. She's gotten her fry bread, her various sweet treats that you don't get out in the wilderness. And as she's walking by, I'm sure one of the what do you even call them? I hesitate to call them vendors. We'll just call them a vendor. One of the vendors would call out to Ava from the strongman booth. And who would say, I'm sure he's saying stuff along the lines of, step right up, try your hand, everyone's a winner, even you little lady. And she'll like kind of at that glance at him and with kind of harsh eyes, and she'll just step right on up and grab the hammer to smash that thing into the bell. What is that called, and what kind of check would you like?
I would say an athletics check, and I'm not sure exactly what it's called. I just called it the hammer strike game.
Got it.
Quick question. I know you did like a brief description of Ava. What species is she again? I'm sorry.
Ava's the incredibly boring species human.
Okay.
What? Gross.
Yeah.
A human in Starfinder?
Human in Starfinder.
Okay, but did you all look at Threefold Conspiracy and like our character art and really look at it and realize we're actually a pretty vanilla collection of Starfinder races if you think about it.
Okay, but not like human vanilla.
Yeah.
We have a human.
Humans are awesome.
They're a 0G human. They're not normal. They're fine.
Yeah, they're a funky human. This is all natural, like normal human. No funky business here.
Yeah, no, I guess
it's true. None of you picked weird races in this series. Anyway.
So did you roll your?
Fort With was like a Lashunda, and that I just in my head I think I added antenna.
Huh.
That's fair.
So you definitely slam into that bell. And they're like, "Woo! Yeah, you got a prize!" And they give you like a really cool looking weight belt.
Ava will inspect it and try and see if there's some sort of practical value for it, and if there's none, she will leave it behind.
I mean, it's just it's a big belt that you could attach things to if you wanted to.
She'll take it.
I mean, if you slung it over your shoulder, the big wide part could be a pauldron. It could protect your shoulder, probably.
Oh yeah, no, she's gonna definitely find a way to make use of this. I see what you mean now by weight belt.
I'm picturing a combination of weight belt, like for actual weightlifting, and then a little bit of a wrestler's belt.
Right, yeah. A weight belt with more flair.
Yeah, a weight belt with flair. And well, we hear that ding, and then we pan over the crowd, and we zoom in on a little area set up with cars zipping everywhere, just hovering and just slamming into each other. And then we see someone with a floral umbrella in line, just about to step up and walk in and hop in a car.
Yeah, with my stuffed Skittermander in next to
That
me.
umbrella seems highly inconvenient.
So you know they let you the round ends and they let in the next like 12 people, and you get to go and pick your car. What does your car look like? Because this could look like anything you want. It could be wild.
Oh man, too many options. Brain explode. She picks the brightest pink one that she can find. And yeah, I don't know. What does face bumper cars look like, guys?
Well, they're all
Laser
different
guns.
sizes. Oh yeah, and they all have Aphelion artillery lasers attached to them, of course.
Yep. Everything's got a
Like
laser.
I'm picturing like a giant pink piece of cake for some reason. I don't know
Yes.
why. Like the one you hop in is like, that's a
Cupcake
slice of
car.
cake. Or a cupcake.
There's-
There you go.
There's
It's a
one that
cupcake
looks
car.
like a it's just a black sphere or a black orb with like a viewport, and the user is inside and they're in stasis, so they're not like rolling around with the ball.
Yeah, they're just
So
suspended at the center.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
Ghost says it
Suspended
should be
is
a
what I was
Firefly class bumper car.
Yep.
There's the movie, the mule from the Serenity movie, the little hover thing that yeah, it's just crazy things like that. And I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll off pilot checks.
So a D20 again.
Yeah. Why would it not be a D20?
Oh no, what I meant was just a D20. Well, +1, I guess. Simon, you're not playing a pilot?
I assumed we weren't playing we weren't adding our mods. I mean, of course I'm playing a
Yeah,
pilot.
you can totally add a mod. That's fine.
Yeah, fine.
well
Beat my
then.
24.
Well, then mine is a 4.
Well, rude. Entering Ragas in this contest is cheating, but that's okay. Lahan doesn't need to be the best
Sorry.
at bumper cars.
You're there to have fun.
Oh no.
I said there was like a dozen. I'm just gonna roll 4. So we had what, a 20, a 3 plus a number, 4 plus a number. 4. Yeah, Raucous. You can describe the random passerby that happens to like whole-handedly dominate this this experience. Except like Lihan is like giving him a run for her money. Like they're going head to head and they're knocking the crap out of everybody else, and they just can't seem to like the Lihan just barely gets like bumped out and like obviously doesn't quite dominate as much of this other person.
Yes, it's a Skittermander. The Skittermander seems like really good at dodging other cars and just sort of waits for the rest of the arena to sort of destroy each other, and then sort of strikes opportunistically at the very end to knock. What was your character's name again? Lahan out.
Itsy?
No,
Yes.
She goes to find him and he's disappeared.
of course. Ghost
And I
recommends
voted away.
a 0G bouncy house, which sounds awesome.
Yes, that has to exist. I also feel like that natural one on one of those 4D20s I rolled, that's got to be like someone who like starts their car and hits the gas and it just turns over upside down and they just sit there the whole match.
Well, I guess this is my life now.
If I had
Getting
$1 every
jostled
time that
around.
happened to me.
After bumper cars, Lahan will sort of go peruse some of the booths and come by a candy shop, and eyes light up. She buys a bunch of candy.
Probably not too far from the candy shop, you see this glowing force canopy with all sorts of astrological signs, and there's a line, and there's a tiny Raxolite juggling all sorts of very dangerous weapons, while another Raxolite with a purplish pompadour looking flower on their head is forming readings of some sort. I don't want to describe the readings for you.
Ooh.
Sure.
And Ava's probably like closing in on this because this tent is probably a little bit more brightly lit up than the others, because unlike the others who have like physical like tent looking structures, this is a force dome, and it's glowing and it's holographic and it's mobile, and some of the others just don't have that because they didn't need that as part of the construction for their setup.
Yeah, that looks cool.
That's an interesting umbrella you have there.
Puts most of her candy in the bag. But
Throw it. Throw it.
what?
Throw the umbrella.
Throw my umbrella?
I'm juggling like 3 or 4 chainsaws. You can throw an umbrella too.
Okay.
All right.
Tosses her umbrella to the juggler.
Rakus integrated into the loop, throwing 2 chainsaws like above and below it, and they like almost like cut into part of the umbrella but don't. Yes, and if you listen to my brother's fortunes, you too can be this. Can predict the movement of objects in the universe as well as I do.
Ooh.
For the low cost of 30 credits.
Well, I have been hoarding all of my credits in anticipation of this day.
Yes. If there was ever any time to spend your hard-earned credits at the fair, this is the place. Imagine what you could do, knowing your own future. You could shape it. You want to escape this moon?
The canopy opens behind Rakus, and we'll say Ashirin steps out, and you hear in a very impressive voice, "Ah, yes! Remember, before you leave, life punishes the vague wish and rewards the specific ask. Now go in peace." And the Ashirin sort of, bows their head and thanks them prolifically, and hurries away.
Ooh,
Well, Han will venture forward towards his fortune teller.
Ah, yes, come in. What is your name, my child? You see a tiny Raxolite sitting, just straight up sitting in the lotus position in a potted plant in some dirt. Their feet sort of resting, in the lotus, cross-legged, but their feet are sort of digging into the soil and stuff like that. And they look up at you beatifically. What is your name?
Lahan.
Ah, Lahan, what a wonderful name. I see much in your name, Lahan. What have you come to ask me of today?
Oh, geez. Am I ever gonna get off this rock?
Ah, let me... give me your hand, Lahan. And he reaches out his little elfan, little elfan arms pop out from underneath his hyacinth pompadour, and they reach out for your hand. Yes, yes, I see. You may get off this rock sooner than you think. I see great trials in your future. Yes, great trials. You will be tested. but you will overcome your challenges and grow for it. Grow as a flower in a potted plant.
Oh, nice one. That was a good one. Aces.
Thanks. Yes, and you will be changed by this, but I trust that you will enjoy. You will look back on it and enjoy the changes and appreciate the trials that you went through.
Oh.
And be glad that you are so well prepared.
And yes, and you will be glad that you were so well prepared by me, Jacinto, your fortune teller.
Well,
And
thanks,
advise your
Jacinto.
friends to also get similarly prepared for a low price.
Got it. You're interrupting.
Buy moon bonds where you work and bank.
Moon bonds. Oh, well, thanks.
Oh, you are very welcome. Yes. Now, of course, there is the matter of payment.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
For you, we will say normally I charge more, but for you, we will say 30 credits.
All right. Taps a cred stick against his face square.
Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
remember, most of your stress comes from the way you respond, not the way life is. Go out there and get your adventure.
I will. I'm going to get my adventure. She sort of wanders back out.
Have a lovely day.
I'm
And,
trying to picture her
Umbrella back.
skipping.
yeah. What was that, Nick?
My umbrella back.
Oh,
Yes, of course. Let's see here. Gotta wait until. All right, boop, and then the umbrella drops out of the cycle and lands neatly, floating down in the air into your outstretched hands.
I imagine you had to practice that and early on. You maybe accidentally threw a weapon at someone you shouldn't have.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry, that was
as,
the chainsaw.
as Lihan exits and retrieves her umbrella, as her umbrella floats down, she looks forward and she locks eyes on this really weird human person that she's heard stories about. And this wild woman sees this delightful little, I believe you said, was it Lashunta?
Yep.
Lashunta with an elaborate floral umbrella. How do you guys react to each
lollipop.
other?
And a
lollipop.
stuffed Skittermander under one arm.
Oh gosh, Ava probably doesn't even really regard this this Lashunta much. Can't help but notice the large floral umbrella. Kind of thinks internally, of course, not out loud, that umbrella looks like it would be very useful out in the wilds. I should remember to pick one up.
Does
It is very useful for the sun.
wilderness?
Oh yes, all the time.
Oh, all right.
It's a sun umbrella. It is a useful thing. It's also pretty, but it's useful. Ooh, Shades put a magician character NPC into our Discord channel.
Wait, what? Huh?
A magician character NPC in general for you.
Perfect. Yeah.
They're an assassin.
They are an assassin.
Well, I mean,
Is there anyone in this fair you want murdered?
it doesn't mean they have to be an assassin, right? Using their assassin skills right now. But I mean, yeah, if there's anybody you want murdered, I guess for a price.
Murder for hire at the fair.
Get your murders here, fresh hot murders.
You see a very dapper, lean individual with a cane and frilly coat and a top hat just wandering through the crowd with cold, dead eyes.
Oh.
Annoyed at the person who beat you in bumper cars? I can off them for you, and you get their stuffed animal.
They're standing. They're standing near a game where a lot of random people compete against each other, and they obviously just go up and talk to like the person that lost the worst every time.
Oh no.
Oh no.
With violence.
Yeah, Shades. This is all you. Yeah, Lahan is gonna see the old woodswoman and sort of
The person you've heard these stories about.
I have heard that this woman is mad and that she lives in the woods alone. And you know, everybody says that she's scary and I should avoid her.
Oh yeah, no. There's plenty of like local legends circulating, claiming that she's a witch and doing nefarious things out there.
Yes, because you know you grow up in a small town and inevitably that old person who doesn't like anybody becomes a witch. You know.
Of course.
This is the way of things.
Which is weird. Is why are you the ostracized witch? Because there's straight up like a well-known fortune teller and like witch living in the town.
Good point.
But that one likes people.
Right. Yeah.
She's a businesswoman, okay?
She likes some people.
And Eva doesn't dislike people. She just, she likes them where they are, at least 6 feet away from her at all time.
Fair enough. So, like, you probably visit the Zero-G Bouncy Castle, and Ava eats more food, and you probably go watch the Tug of War and the Catch the Grease Squawks game, and Ava probably eats more food. I imagine there's not a lot that's there to catch your attention.
No, yeah. This is her like monthly, get contact with civilization, and
you're like, I'm trying to put fat on for the winter, so you're just
right.
like, nom, 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 nom.
Fairs are a great place to bulk up for the coming winter. That's very true.
Lahan is just eating tons of candy and junk food. She's gonna have a sugar crash later.
And this goes on for a little while, and eventually, like over the PA, you start hearing someone trying to get your attention, and it's a voice you recognize. It's at least the two locals recognize. It's Mayor Deverin. Mayor Deverin is a woman. What species should Mayor Deverin be?
Well, her token in the journal looks pretty human.
I just
uplifted bear.
I just picked that. I'm totally down for her to be an uplifted bear.
Yeah.
All right, make her an uplifted bear.
I'm sorry.
Can you bear it, Nick?
I do maintain that she is a very dark, like chocolate brown uplifted bear, and her head actually she keeps that fro.
It might be pandering, but I think I can.
Excellent.
Mayor Deverin, uplifted bear, and her voice comes through over the speakers, and she's just incredibly friendly and excited. She's a well-known figure in the town. Wow, that just changed the race of a lot of her siblings, and
there just suddenly appered many more bears.
I guess he's a bear too. Yeah, all right.
So many bears.
And she's welcoming everyone to town, and she's cracking a couple jokes and poking fun at one of the locals, Lars Ravanki. He's the guy in charge of the local artisanal leather works. People like handcrafted leather goods.
Also an uplifted bear.
Stuff.
No.
I'm going to put my foot down and say no uplifted bear for him, but what would you like him to be?
Good move.
How about a vest? For our
vests are always fun.
All right. Is he a special vest or a regular vest?
It could be a regular boy.
Regular boy.
It really depends on his demeanor, because the Warblood Vesk are they're a little more aggressive.
I think he's probably a Warblood.
Okay. Yeah. All right, then he's a Warblood Vesk.
Okay, but is he selling alligator handbags?
Yeah. See, this is why I thought vest.
Because that would be disturbing.
Vest.
He's selling the leather goods that he produces are made from the local creatures. So that could be any number of things. There could be some lizard analogs if we wanted.
Space gators.
I know there's like a weird space mutant boar species that roams the woods, stuff like that. So it's whatever our heart desires. That is the wonder of TTRPGs.
Yeah.
I think it'd be funny if our best leather merchant is selling gator skin bags. Space Gator.
Sells Space Gator products.
Not as good as my uplifted bear idea, but I guess it's a decent second choice.
You've got one.
I guess you're just gonna, Simon. You're just gonna have to grin and bear it.
You snuck one uplifted bear in there that it turned at least 1 to 2 other citizens into uplifted bears. So.
And now that I've had one, I just can't stop.
Yeah,
it's like mass polymorph up here.
She cracks a joke about how even Lars Ravenki, the guy in charge of the local leatherworks, managed to tear himself away from the place to attend because he is such a well-known workaholic. Everyone probably laughs except for you'll see like a Warble and Vesk just looking super stone-faced. And she'll eventually hand the mic off to someone else, and the deep melodious voice of Sheriff Baylor Hemlock comes over, and he's kind of a downer. What do you think that Sheriff Baylor is?
Uplifted bear.
See, the name.
We have a moratorium on uplifted bears.
Hold on.
The name Hemlock reminds me of.
But
okay, go ahead.
No, hear me out. Hear me out. What are they called? Oh God, the little otter people.
Oh, Brennari.
I think we should save the Brennari.
Little Brennari sheriff.
But his name is Hemlock. I think we should make him a tree.
A Khazar, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, there's actually an NPC Khazar named Hemlock in a Starfinder Society scenario that I ran the other week.
I accept this.
So Sheriff Baylor Hemlock is a Khazar. And he's got a smooth, melodious voice, but he's a bit of a downer. Oh man, that just makes his relationship interesting too.
Oh wait, no, that can't work if he's. If
no,
he's
she's an Astrozoan. It's fine.
Okay. Khazar don't have mouths.
He probably has a vocal modulator.
Fair enough.
And also, can't they only see like 30 feet?
Yeah, that doesn't mean he can't be sheriff.
They can only see life signs, if I remember right.
Yeah, they don't have eyes either. So,
which is
uplifted bear doesn't have any of these problems.
I know, which is one of the reasons I can't play Kaisers as much as I want, because I can't get past the not being able to see the physical world thing.
I almost played a Kaisar for this, but then similarly, I was like, you know what? Do I want to figure that out? Do I want to figure that out tomorrow on stream? I don't think I want to figure that out right now. So.
You're right. Being a tree does make all kinds of things more complicated.
This was a whole talk on the Cosmic Crit Discord with me and a few other people a while ago. I was like, can I get the ultraviolet vision upgrade to just get low light vision? And they're like, no, that shouldn't work. And it's like, damn it, I want to be able to see.
Sidebar, the
what else
Shadow
have we got
Connection Mystic. Shadow Connection Mystic gives you dark vision. No questions asked at level 1.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. So that sidesteps that. But in terms of other plants, we got Raxolites. We got Goran, and they're pretty serious.
There you go. That's a good
Oh
one.
yeah, Goran are pretty amazing.
Yeah.
That way we don't complicate his relationship too much.
Well, his girlfriend is still an Astrozoan, apparently.
Yes. This has to be a true thing. I know
it's perfect for her job too. Yeah.
It is.
He brings everything down. He's got a smooth, melodious voice, and it'd be very pleasant to listen to him read a novel or something. But he just immediately reminds people everyone be safe. There's going to be a bonfire on the beach later. And then he requests a moment of silence to remember everyone that died in the fire from the temple that they're replacing with this cathedral.
Yeah.
And, he just awkwardly signs off after that. And the mayor will briefly get on, and she's like, yeah, I'm sorry. The next speaker was supposed to be Mr. Kaijitsu, the owner of the Sandpoint superconductor manufactory, but he has come down with a sudden illness. and I managed to get someone that you're all going to love. I'm going to hand the mic over to Sirdic Dracus. Sirdic Dracus is in charge of the Sandpoint Theater. What do you think Sirdic Dracus should be?
Lifted bear. Next question.
Brenary. There you go. Got it.
Brenary? Anyone voting against that, or anyone have another idea?
No, I'm into Brenary. Let me pull up some of my back matter for Dead Sons because there's some really weird races in there. But yeah, Brenary for this guy.
Cool.
That
okay.
was before even Alien Archive 2 came out. How could there be so many weird characters?
And,
just you wait.
In addition to the PA, I'm kind of picturing like up in the sky, there's probably like a holographic projection of their face so you can see them. That just seems like grand, and you've got the technology, so why not, you know?
Yeah.
So you see this very posh looking Brenary in immaculate, gorgeous clothes step up. And he's a big upper. He's a good contrast to Sheriff Baylor Hemlock. He's just, cracking out little witty bits of like local in jokes and stuff like that. And he delivers a not completely irrelevant recap of all of the finance and construction of the new cathedral. He somehow makes that entertaining. And then he throws in a bit of self-promotion at the end. He invites everyone to stop by the Hollow Theater following the evening festivities to check out his new production of The Harpy's Cursed. The lead role of a Viscera, the Harpy Queen, will be played by none other than the famous Magnamarian diva Alashanda. And the last person to step up is Father Xantus. He's the local head priest of Desna. And he's going to be consecrating the cathedral. The cathedral is not just for Desna. It's for a lot of other deities that are held in the hearts of the local population. There's Horus represented, Talavert represented, Demoratosh represented for the local Vesk. A number of other deities that are held in the hearts of the populace. But the vast majority of people in town worship Desna, and she has the pride of place. She's the focal point of this temple. And he gives a pretty heartfelt, very short little speech, and he's just thanking everyone for coming, and he hopes that everyone has a great time. Everyone enjoy lunch. It's free. The town itself has set up a tent for this. It wasn't the part of the fair, and all these local businesses have donated free food for everyone to enjoy later. Feel free to stop by. And he just reminds everybody, come sundown, that's when we're going to do the final ceremony to consecrate the temple. And I think you're all really going to love it because we have something special in store.
Nice.
Awesome.
So there's lunch, and there's more activities if you want, or we could fast forward to the evening. It's totally up to you. I want to give you guys every chance to RP, maybe become like talk to each other, unless you want to hold off until there's something that gels you as a group, whatever you want.
My least favorite part of these is all the town inside jokes that none of us ever get.
Yeah, but it's you can infer, right?
Who's this guy? I guess I can infer that he probably works really hard, but without the pre-existing relationship, it just falls a little flat.
I suppose. But
inside jokes are sort of a crutch, right? The best jokes span the galaxy.
Yeah, like a song.
Well, but their credits spend as well as anyone else's.
Yes. I thought it was a funny joke.
It should. I feel like it should be mentioned at the mention of credits. Ava has actually been spending UPBs. Exclusively UPBs.
Nice. You don't have a cred stick. You carry a sack full of little grains of nanite rice.
Right. Yeah. No, she doesn't believe in cred sticks. That's not real money. You can't touch it.
Of course not.
She's got all of her money in UPBs under the mattress.
Oh gosh. Yeah. All right.
Couldn't you
So-
just feed that into the machine over there? No? All right, I guess I'll just take a handful of beads then.
Thanks for that.
I mean, I'm sure those machines are ubiquitous. I'm sure she like got herself a like temporary cred stick to spend at the fair.
Yeah.
What I'm picturing is like you have like a little, like your wallet is full of UPBs, and what your wallet is it's like a little Pez dispenser, and you have like a little dial so you can put the number and push the button, and then it just poops out the bottom.
Yes.
Yeah, but like,
That's absolutely what it is.
but like 30 UPB. Just think about the volume here.
That wouldn't be very much.
I'm a little
It's
plant
great
person.
They're the size of your children.
Yeah. 1,000
I don't-
UPB with one bulk,
not-
so
Not a lot of
that's
pockets
like
over here.
0.0
Oh, man.
bulk.
I imagine that there's like some Raxolite horror stories where someone thought they were tending to their offspring, and it turns out it was like a UPB.
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
I don't know what happened to their kid.
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm pretty happy to skip forward. Lahan stuffs her face with food.
Yeah,
we
we
can
can
skip forward to the
can do that.
meal.
Cool.
It's the best
So
part. Looking
finally-
forward to local fair.
So finally,
And nothing
as the
else.
sun. No, okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
No, I was
No.
just goofing on Simon's foreshadowing.
Cool. I didn't want to step on your toes if you had something to say.
No, I'm
Um,
sorry. We did that awkward thing where I started talking when you started talking. I'm so sorry. I'll get out of the way.
No, it's totally okay. This happens all the time, especially when we're remote.
Uh-huh.
Finally, as the sun begins to set, Father Xanthus's face appears again, like in a holographic representation, and he all of a sudden the cathedral behind him lights up, and that's to get everyone's attention. And he clears his throat and he asks people to come over to the cathedral so that they can so that they can, as a group, recite the prayer of first dreaming and consecrate the temple. And as people arrive, there's a couple trucks, like hover trucks there that have, they're lowered to the ground, and they've got these. Bertram, what are you doing, bud? My dog's trying to climb up behind me.
Oh,
buddy.
I had a blink dog on my 4th ed bard, whose name was Bertram. Actually, it's a good name.
And as he does so, as he starts the prayer of first dreaming, he gives a little signal, and the hover trucks, they open up, and just billowing forth from inside are thousands upon thousands upon thousands of butterflies. And you sort of recognize these because, butterfly, Desna's symbol. These look, maybe make a life sciences check if you want any information on these butterflies.
That's an 18.
That's definitely good enough. You can tell these are these things. They're, if you've ever watched the old Men in Black cartoon, they're like Flash clones. They're only designed to live for a brief period of time. They're genetically engineered swallowtail butterflies. They represent Desna. They're bioluminescent, and they're glowing blue, and they're beautiful, and they're just all over the town and through the crowd. And as the prayer reaches its peak, you start hearing track of where, because I have notes and I just lost my my spacing on the notes.
Mm.
Sorry.
No problem.
Hey, it happens.
Seth is
Okay.
fond of saying, "This is real Starfinder, complete with looking for rules and notes."
And stuff.
Live show, folks.
Sorry.
That's all right.
No worry, you're fine.
So,
Happens all the time.
So there's like all these butterflies, and like people are like, oh yeah, there's the hushed crowd just being excited and reciting the prayer along with Father Xanthus. And just a couple minutes into the prayer, you hear the sound of a jet engine slicing through the air. And a couple seconds later, another jet engine slicing through the air. And if anyone wants to make a engineering check, I could tell you maybe a little bit about these engines. And you just keep
Oh,
hearing
heck yeah.
engine after engine after engine.
What about a piloting check?
Sure. Piloting check.
It's a 29 engineering, and I do reduce the DC by 5 to identify technological devices.
Okay,
Nice.
so these are what would be. Man, I forgot the name of it. It's that ramshackle. It's that glider, like the cheapest flying vehicle that you could buy. But it's like that, but put together horribly wrong. It's a ramshackle.
What was the word we coined last night? With goblin. Oh man, we said something perfect last night, and I can't remember what it
Dunk
was.
cycle?
No, it was like a word to describe something that was really janky.
I don't think I was there for that.
Oh man.
I can't remember.
I got nothing.
if
I
it
think
was
you're just
something
making
that-
things up.
No, Simon and Jet were there.
I just can't remember. I was.
I don't
really
think it
tired.
happened.
It was too late.
I
at
think
night.
I think it was a dream you had.
Anyway,
why you gotta gaslight me like that?
so you,
All right.
so you hear these engines, and these engines do not sound healthy, and you're like, "Bam! This should be from this particular vehicle." And someone's not been taking care of it properly. And as you look up into the sky, you'll see like contrails, and these are not like that's like a normal contrail. Like there's like smog belching out of it, and the occasional like pop, bang, and rattle, and like the whole vehicle, the whole thing is just shaking, and you see small little forms as these vehicles fly over the town, and probably one of them crashes into a part of the town. You see small little figures jumping out of the planes, and you see little jets, and you see little jets firing from their feet, and like fits and starts slowing their descent, and occasionally you see them, the jets fire and then fail, and the figure just fall, or you see the jet fire and one of them fail, and it spirals off violently and slams into a building, and you start hearing people get panicked, and some figures just drop into the crowd because they're dropping all over the town, but a lot of them are dropping into this area here, and I'm going to take you to a different map, and up now.
Oh,
And we need to place your tokens here,
Oh,
wherever you think you might be.
this might get a little confusing. Ava looks like she's already found herself in the crowd there.
whoops.
I mean, I can. Which figure is that? Point it out to me, and I'll just delete it.
Are you
So, yeah, we have some Rockslide images, but I don't think we have the permissions to add them to the character sheets.
Oh, yeah.
Add
so-
your
Oh.
image to
Oh, I
your
guess I
I was
character.
able to add
Yeah.
mine.
Yep. Nope. Sorry, I'm a baddie. Let me find it
Um,
again.
I put it in NSH.
Oh, why is my?
Nope, I put it in.
Oh, do we not have a grid? I'm not the right size.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
you
what's
don't have a grid.
Fun trick. If you don't want to bother actually like perfectly aligning the grid, you can enable the grid but make it transparent. That way, all their tokens snap to the right size every time.
That's awesome information.
Yeah. I usually do that on like my title slides, so that everybody's tokens are the right size.
Aha! I am bigger than you.
Rude.
Hey, you should probably resize these the plant tokens to be like minuscule.
Oh,
I'm not gonna make them that small. I'm making them 45 pixels.
I want to barely see them.
All right. Right, I'm not playing Pathfinder 2. I actually have 3 different bars that I need to track now.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that is a thing. So as we see all of this going down and prepare for the worst, we should probably go to break.
That is totally fair.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's probably a good time to break.
Yeah. So it's 10:25 now. We'll be back at 40 after the hour, with what happens to these characters as chaos descends upon the Swallowtail Festival. Don't go anywhere, guys. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the break. Did everyone find the bathroom okay?
I was successful.
Oh, I knew I forgot
As-
something. I'll just hold it in
as-
for a few hours.
Oh God.
Don't do that.
But you're not a teacher. You don't have to do that anymore, and neither do I.
Social distancing. There
It
are
has
some
its
positives.
benefits.
Oh, well, when we left off, the Swallowtail Festival seemed to be under attack by some janky vehicles, and I'm betting goblins. Anybody else betting goblins?
No
Yeah,
way,
bet
it's
space
Reavers.
goblins. What I'm
I've seen
what
this
I'm
one
trying to
before. It's
what I'm
Reavers.
trying to decide is whether we've like dealt with this before. Like roughly 1 in every 10 fairs has a fight of some kind.
It's like, okay, well, and then all of the various booths and stuff like that just sort of have metal plating dropped over them, and turrets come out. All right,
The
you know
water
the drill.
guns. The water
Goblin
guns from the
attacks.
clown booth turn into actual like laser guns.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
No, they switched to acid.
right.
Yeah, acid. Yeah, they're disintegrators.
It's I'd like to imagine because it's just for fun. You know, there's mid game too. There's people using them, and then the goblins drop it, and you just here threat detected, and they all switch over midstream.
Oh no!
There's like a 6-year-old kid with a water gun and just slices a goblin in half.
Oh God.
Oh no. Well, we went ahead and rolled our initiatives and got everything set up in Roll20 here during the break. So we're all set if you want to take us away, Jet.
All right, so you've got these little figures haphazardly descending from the heavens in their crappy aircraft. Like these definitely are not spacecraft; these are aircraft. And stuff's crashing, people are falling, whizzing through the air dramatically, but some of them are landing all right. And you see a figure descend, and they are going to. I need to figure out. That's that one. Change layer. Token layer. This thing descends and crashes down behind this vehicle over here. And I mean, I know you're supposed to be hidden, but you're literally 10 feet apart.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's kind of hard to stealth and hide from something
Like
that's right next to you.
Like you hid where he landed. And he's gonna see you, and he's just gonna scream and charge at you with this rusty piece of like probably a wrecked spaceship that he's strapped like space taped a handle to, and he's going to attempt to cut you.
Oh yeah, bring it on.
Ah! And he kind of ran in a little curve because, you know, it's like a 6-year-old when they, you know, you got to dramatically run to build up speed.
Yeah.
And that's good. Will a 16 hit your armor class, your KAC.
It will not.
It will not. Oh no.
Wow.
You narrowly avoided taking 1 point of damage.
Oh dear.
And we are now going to go to Ava's turn. You get to respond to this little goblin bastard.
As an ambush soldier, I would really like to go and attack one of the goblins that's still falling that I haven't attacked, that hasn't gone yet. But you know what? Just because that doesn't sound very reasonable. Ava would not just be like, shrug and walk away to attack someone else. She's going to go ahead and...
Sorry, you're not getting to do your special thing.
That's all right. I don't need a +1. That's a 5 to hit and a 12 to hit.
That is... wait. Yeah, that second one hits.
Yes! I was like, there's a very small chance that 12 will hit.
And you tell me how you end this goblin.
Oh, yeah, no. Ava, anticipating this attack, kind of just sidestepped as it came in with the knife, let it glance off of her armor, and she just kind of brings her arm around and down and just axe to the back of the head for this guy.
Awesome.
He
And
just wanted to ask it a question.
And
Yep.
next up, I'm going to just have like the crowd of people do stuff real quick. And that crowd of people is just basically panicking and running away because that's what the module demands. Because if I actually like followed through, I'm pretty sure that they would overwhelm the space goblins.
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah, no, 300 commoners with crossbows. We
Yeah.
we escaped an arena that way once when our GM put us in an arena and our wizard's like, I make an illusion of a dragon in front of their big boss, and so it's a bunch of bandits, right? They're all like level 1 NPCs with crossbows, and it's like, well, statistically, this many of them fail their will save to disbelieve the dragon is really there, so they fire their crossbows, and well, statistically, this many of them are going to crit, which means they'll hit, and the boss is dead.
Yeah.
And then we just sauntered right out.
Yeah, Pathfinder 2 kind of deals with that with like 20s not being automatic hits. It's just an effective +10.
Yeah.
So people are just bolting and screaming. And we are going to the next person in initiative, which is not Raucous.
It's another goblin?
Yes. To the appropriate layer. That would help. It's actually going to be that another goblin followed by another goblin before Raucous gets to act. I'm just going to pop them both on the screen. And these two, as they descend, you picked the spot where they're supposed to come in, and I was like, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna.
I'm
just
okay with
gonna
this.
roll with it.
I'm okay with
so-
this. We're gonna flavor it a little differently though. Instead of hiding, she ran to defend her less capable town folk friends.
That's her story, and she's sticking to it. But as these two goblins descend from above, they see that you just murdered one of their companions, and they're going to shoot at you as they're descending with their really crappy space taped together junk lasers. Will a 14 hit your case or your EAC?
I was gonna say they're lasers, so EAC. Oh, that's still gonna.
It's still gonna what? I'm sorry.
That's still gonna. Here, I'll put it into my name, but your EAC you're aiming for is 15 KAC 17.
Okay. Both of those will just miss wildly. And they descend and they just look at each other and look at their guns, and they kind of have a panicked look in their eyes as this mad human covered in the blood of their companion stares at them with daggers in their eyes.
And an
Crazy old
axe in
woman.
her hand.
Crazy old woman with an axe.
Is that Raucous' turn?
It will be Raucous' turn now.
All right, Raucous was juggling during the feast because that's a great way to pick up tips. But what with the goblin, he lets all of the various weapons drop except for one, a pistol with his name on it. Well, more of this, huh? I really thought that this one would be quiet. And he dashes behind the other goblin. Takes a shot at it because it isn't looking at him. Fails to trick attack. 21 probably hits EAC for 3 damage.
No! And you're aiming at red?
Yeah, the closer one. Yep.
You wound it significantly. That all of your turn, Raucous?
Full attack, yeah.
Bahan, your town is besieged.
It is indeed.
There are explosions happening all over. Bright flashes of light and these glowing blue butterflies burning and scattering.
Oh no! My festival! Lahan pulls a rifle from her back and levels it at red, taking a shot. It's a 20 to hit for 5 cold damage.
Super hits. You super end this. Goblins are fragile, in case our listeners.
It is non-lethal, so that goblin is not dead.
Okay.
It is merely unconscious.
We'll make it a snail. It is a red X snail.
Did you really think Lahan had a killing weapon?
I don't know. You live on a colony that's only 40 years old with lots of dangerous wild animals.
Yeah, but they're fuzzy and cute, and I don't want to kill them.
We made 2 very different characters.
We did. Lahan's a softie. She doesn't want to kill nothing.
I love it.
Lahan's turn.
That's all Lahan's got.
All right, Jacinto, your go.
All right, Jacinto is going to weigh his options. I don't see any goblins around me, do I? I know there's one behind that cart making a ruckus. But...
You saw that one descend over there. If you make a perception check, maybe you'll see other things.
I would love to make a perception check. It's pretty good.
Oh god,
that's a 27.
You super perceive. I'm gonna just pop some things both into the initiative tracker and down on the map where you can see them. It's down south and east, if that gives you any indication. They're coming over here. But I need to switch layers, and I need to then add them to the initiative.
Well, while you're doing that, Jacinto will call out to his brother, Rackus, look over there by the big umbrella.
Big umbrella.
You know that one.
I don't even see it on the map.
That's a tent. That's a tent.
Unbox.
That's an umbrella.
It's absolutely a tent. Look, it's got wares set out next to it and a little door with the rug going in.
Yeah, and where do you sit under when you have the sun coming over you, Leaf? When you're selling your wares. I'm not going to argue this.
A tent. The answer to your question is a tent.
So Jacinto is going to then move over here and try and do something about this one goblin here. What have the goblins attacked us with so far?
One of them had a shard of metal vaguely shaped like a blade, and 2 of them had duct taped together laser pistols.
Oh, okay. Oh, and then in that case, Jacinto's not going to do anything about that. Instead, he's going to come over here and reach out and tap his brother on the shoulder. And 3 glowing orbs are going to sort of start orbiting around him. And Jacinto says, "May the Song of the Spheres protect you, my brother." And you are affected by, what is the name of that spell? I minimized my thing. It's Pyre Flame Wreath or Pyre Wreath. It's a really cool spell.
With that.
Pyre Wreath. It is from the Dawn of Flame AP, actually. I found it looking for cool mystic spells. And what it does is it gives you resist 5 fire to the next 3 incoming sources of fire damage, Simon. Yeah, so now if you take damage, and it lasts for a whole hour as well. Really nice. Yeah, so even if it doesn't happen this fight, maybe it'll happen. Maybe you'll get shot next time.
We can only hope.
We can only hope that my cool spell will be cool and useful. And that is my turn.
All right. I am going to resort because I've added some people in.
And then skip down to Ava. Oh, no. Goblin first.
Nope.
Yeah, goblin first. And, okay. It runs up there, and I need to do a measuring.
Oh, yeah. The measurements on this don't work correctly.
Sorry, it's
because of the lack of a grid.
The grid was driving me insane because I wanted people to be closer than exactly 5 feet apart from each other.
You can do that by picking up their tokens and holding Alt and then dropping them.
Yep, Alt will
I
let
accidentally
you do that.
clicked them. Let's just suffer through this. And if you guys invite me back for a second session, then I'll fix things to your liking.
It's not a problem.
Yeah. No worries.
Outside of range increment, is it a -2 to attack?
Right.
Yes,
For each
yeah.
range increment beyond the first.
So this goblin, as it's running, it has this jagged piece of metal in its hand, and it reaches in and it pulls out a giant orange handgun, and it's got like a big cylinder on, like the barrel is oversized and it's kind of stubby, and it draws and it points it at Lahan and it fires. And let me see. Does a 17 hit your, I believe
Yeah.
it's going to be EAC.
Yeah, 17 will hit me.
A flare fires from the end of this gun, and it sort of spirals through the air, and it strikes you in the chest.
Oh,
and
no.
you will take 2 points of fire damage.
Ouch.
You know, Iris
And
almost
you-
started with a flare gun.
And you see like there are flares in the background, like in the distance. You can see them coming, like shooting up into the heavens, and the roofs of some buildings starting to catch fire. And it's now Ava's turn.
Oh
You have
dear.
a dead
Well,
goblin in front of you and a live goblin in front of you.
let's make it 2 dead goblins. Just 1 attack. Yeah, we're gonna keep going with hand axe for now. Oh no, we don't want a full attack either. We want to do something else. Hey, 14 for another 7 damage.
Oh, you murder another goblin.
Indeed.
You goblin murderess.
Ava, just murdering goblins.
That's what Ava's here for.
The
She-
only reason she comes to festivals.
yeah, what? Yeah, why do you think she
Goblin
comes to
attack.
festivals? It's fry bread and killing things.
Fry bread and goblin attacks.
Oh
It's
boy,
the
I
only
hope
reason
this
I'm
one
here.
gets attacked. She's been so disappointed by past festivals.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use the arrow here and assume that it's taken me to the right spot. She's gonna advance to here
Okay.
to defend Lihan, who just, am I saying that right? Who just got shot with a flare.
It's slightly more melodious, Lahan. But yeah,
Lihan, got it. Okay. She says it, Lihan.
of course she does.
All right. After Ava, it is a goblin's turn.
Actually, the measurements aren't too bad.
So a goblin runs forward and jumps up there, and it draws a bead on Ava, murderer of its family.
Kill her.
These aren't the first 2 goblins I killed.
A 13 will miss you. A flare just whizzes by, and it lands right here. And this thing starts to catch fire.
Oh no! Hit me!
I might be able to do something about that with token spell. I don't know.
I mean, it's a super minor fire. If you want to, you definitely could.
Oh, sure.
This goblin will run over here and lob another flare at the murderer. An 8 will miss you. It flies
Oh, yeah.
wide, and it lands on the roof of a building behind you. And it's now Raucus's turn.
Yeah. Waving his gun and his, the little stems that come out of his head wildly, he scampers across the fairground,
What's so cute?
takes a single shot at purple. This button. And this button.
Ooh, that's gonna trick. Oh, but that's not gonna hit. That's a cosmic fail.
Wow.
All right, everyone.
Somebody
let's,
buy Raucus a burger.
let's move on from this and forget all about it.
Buying you a burger.
End of
Raucus.
turn.
That's what the burgers are for.
Jet, you might be muted.
Thank you. I muted to blow my nose and forgot to unmute.
Oh, well, we appreciate that immensely.
Please don't blow your nose into the mic.
I try not to. So while these other goblins are wearing like space taped together environmental suits with like little cracked domes and whatnot, this one's like that, but with Mad Max. So it has like rubber tire armor on top of everything.
You can tell the goblin's wearing heavy armor. It's got tires.
And
Yeah.
this goblin, I need to do a measure. I think he might be close. What's the range on get him?
60 feet.
All right, yeah.
Goblin envoy.
The goblin points dramatically, like snaps a tacklash in the Ava's direction and screams in Goblin. I don't know if any of you can understand Goblin, but they're saying get him.
I actually do speak Goblin.
What a crazy random happenstance.
I'm a tempered
I was
pilgrim,
gonna say.
and I do. No, I swear to God, it's on my character sheet on Roll20.
Sure.
No. I was gonna say I too speak Goblin. They are quite problematic in these parts.
And it's Lahan's turn.
All right, Lahan will take aim at the orange one. Let me flip back to my map. Trying to remember which one I was looking at. Yeah, that orange one that fired a flare at her and take a shot. Not a full attack, just one nice shot. Oh, that's only a 9. Should probably miss.
That will miss.
Yeah, that'll happen when you roll a 6.
Are you done or are you moving?
No, my move action was to combat track it.
Okay, there you go. Just wanted to make sure. Jacinto. Jacinto.
Can I have a
All
little
right.
wrench on that orange one so I remember that's the one I combat tracked?
Which is the big bad looking one?
The one with the red ring. Red.
Excellent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Definitely too far away for a mind thrust. So instead, we're going to try and flick. We'll say one of these crates is going to go flying at purple. So I need my character sheet. My mouse is being dumb, and it's when I press the button that I've set to unmute, it also makes my browser go back to the last page it was on. Which is weird.
No, I did that
It's-
to mine once, and it's terrible.
Horrendous. Okay, so telekinetic projectile on purple. That's a 10 versus KAC.
That will miss.
It's funny though. At level 1, I can be hopeful that might hit goblins. But all right,
You
that's
can
my
help.
turn.
It is the next goblin's turn, and they are going to take that -2 penalty, and they're gonna shoot at Ava. So hard with that
Break it
urging of their big boss. Please +1 help. An 11 will miss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take that, goblins!
I just want to kill one of you. No, I don't. I just want to hurt one of you
No.
slightly.
Ava knows the goblin's ways, and you're also attacking the wrong person. I built Ava to withstand attacks.
Yes, but logically it makes sense, I think.
It makes the most sense, especially after this next thing that happens.
Yeah, it's not your
Ava-
turn.
Ava chucks that hand axe at Purple because they are just right inside her first range increment, I believe. Hold on, wait. Let me do the measurements here. We're going to do this right, folks.
Because there's like the purple and then there's the pinky purple.
Oh, no, we're going to go for orange. I presume orange is inside of the 20-foot range.
That's totally fine because, again, I know that I made the measurements a little bit
Awesome.
weird.
All right, so she ranges them both and then throws her hand axe at orange for 20 for 5 damage.
Ah! It's still alive, but it hurts so much. There's just a hand axe sticking, like it sliced and stuck into the clavicle.
Yeah,
And it's just screaming in agony and confusion and anger.
No, that's perfect. And she's going to go ahead and align her shield. It's like a kind of a buckler just strapped to her left arm against red there. And then, of course, use her swift action to draw a second hand axe.
Oh no. Now it's real.
Things have gotten real.
Is it a
Who would've
vibro
thought?
hand axe?
No, they're just
The soldier was so dangerous.
yeah. Right?
Wow.
They're just basic hand axe.
Starfinder, Leif.
Listen, Ava was raised by goblins. She knows nothing of technology. She lives in the woods for a reason.
Let's have technology.
This
Yeah,
goblin.
the goblins have lasers, Leaf.
Yeah,
This
well, you know
goblin-
what?
You were raised by bears.
There we go. Still doesn't explain why she speaks goblin, though.
Join our growing bear cult.
Wolves.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
so this
yeah.
goblin here, it drops its gun, and as part of its move action, oops, shoot, I did. It runs forward and it leaps, and it's going to try and hit you. It has the movement to get there. I'm just making it dramatic, and it rolled a super good athletics for style. It leaps and it attempts to bring that dog slicer down on you, Ava, hopefully around your shield.
Oh, I mean, it's only aligned against red. The
Aha.
basic shield doesn't do anything for anything but aligned.
Well, here we go. I have nothing to hit with this. Aha! Take a 7 to hit.
No, not
poor
gonna do it. I'm
goblin.
sorry.
They attacked the wrong festival.
Yeah, they did.
They attacked the wrong target, the target that's murdering them. They should just be like, hey, tiny people over here, I'm going to ignore the big monster. And I think that's what this
What in
dark
the
purple is going to do. I think that's what this dark purple is going to do. It's going to draw a bead on this tiny little figure right here. And it's going to feel like this one's way less scary. It's not going to murder me as much.
Even smaller than
hopefully.
I am.
Does a 11 hit you? Probably not.
Nope. He nimbly does a crazy cartwheel to dodge the laser beam.
And the goblin starts quaking in fear slightly, and it's now Rakis's turn.
And in the middle of the cartwheel, fires.
Oh, snap.
And fail the trick attack. But I do max damage 4 on purple.
Oh goodness, why you do this to my poor goblins? They just want to murder your town.
It's not my town.
The town you're in.
Yeah.
It's still alive, but its chest is seriously burned and has carbon scoring all over its crappy armor.
Messed with the wrong fair.
The red goblin sees the way things are turning and awkwardly shifts its pointing finger from the giant scary woman to the tiny flower person. Is like, I meant get this one.
Slip of the tongue.
Slip of the tongue.
Get that flower.
Go on.
And oh, Lahan, it's Lahan's turn.
Yep.
Nick, you might
Are
be
you
muted.
muted?
Oh no, I'm not muted. Sorry, I was looking at chat and pondering cool things I could give people for bonuses and not doing what I was supposed to be doing. I'm going to do a full round against orange. 2 shots. We're locked on. See if one of these will hit. Oh,
Whoa.
God.
Oh god. I don't know what's happening. I can't see the thing.
Oh God.
You
Let
broke
me
it.
turn off. I did.
Oh dear.
Let me turn off combat tracking for a minute. That seems to be broken on full round attacks, but not on regular attacks. So these will have a +1 to each of them from my combat tracking. Oh, that's a 6 and a 10.
I was gonna say that's really unfortunate because it looks like maybe, unless it's just broken, you got a crit on that first one there.
Yeah.
You did. You got a crit on that first one.
Oh,
If you stretch it, so if you just stretch it out, you can see the full roll.
I can. If I stretch it, I can see the full roll.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can I keep my crit?
Hashtag keep letting it keep her crit.
Yeah, you can keep the crit. The second one, it's not. Oh no, that's a 6. Yeah, you can keep the crit. That's fine. You do 4 damage, and they're staggered.
Oh yeah, it just broke the second one. That's weird. Yeah, 4 damage and they're staggered. Yeah, and the second one didn't roll at all, which is so weird.
It was so excited that you crit that it just broke.
I wonder why it breaks just the second attack.
Knocked it unconscious. You felled your foe. You are tied for Ava in terms of effectiveness at dropping goblins, I think.
Yeah.
You just are dropping them in a nicer fashion. Now it's Jacinto's turn.
All right. Jacinto is going to look around, see his brother, and then see the other two who have been fighting alongside us to sort of defend the civilians. Well, I guess we're civilians too, but to defend the NPCs. And is going to call out his Elfan sort of splaying in the air. Come, let us rally them out. Hear the Song of the Spheres, and let it give you encouragement. And he's going to burn a resolve point to cast Song of the Spheres, which is his connection power. It gives everybody all allies within 60 feet a +1 morale bonus to attacks, damage rolls, as well as a morale bonus to saves against charm, compulsion, and fear effects. This lasts for 1 round. So everybody has a +1 bonus to all of the relevant things for the rest for the next round. And
Thanks.
Hey, yeah, no problem.
Is that your turn then?
That is all I do. Yes.
Ava feels quite.
It's the unconscious goblin's turn, and now it's Ava's turn.
Oh, that was the unconscious one? Fantastic. Ava's going to go for a 1-2 punch.
Non-lethal damage. Excellent. It might survive.
Yeah.
Archaic, too.
The first one's lethal. This is at a -4 because it's double. Oh, no. Critical fail.
You're distracted by that music.
The hand axe, but she then goes for a punch with her shield arm, which is actually not archaic because she's wielding a shield.
Curses!
It is still not lethal though. Wait for it. Oh, there it is. An 11 to hit.
Is it 11, or did you get a +1 from?
Oh no, I didn't add my +1. It's a 12 to hit. That
actually hits.
Yes,
saved your life
for 6 damage.
And you kill it.
Okay, so no, it's non-lethal damage. It's non-lethal damage.
You said it wasn't though.
No, it's not archaic.
Okay.
That's all it does with shields. It just makes it so it's not archaic. And I imagine how this manifests is she goes for the swing with the axe and misses, and then just goes for the backhand with the shield, and it just smashes this goblin space helmet and smacks it right in the face, and it knocks unconscious.
My poor goblins, they haven't got to do anything. I can't hit you for crap. It's fine. I'm not actually that upset.
They hit me.
I was gonna say though, like I don't make just meat and potato soldiers like this because I'm too good at making them.
We told him he wasn't allowed anymore.
Yeah, so the only way I get to play soldiers now is if I make them like wild and crazy with like their charisma as their highest stat.
Purple looks nervously at their boss and then looks again at the offending Raxolite, the most dangerous foe on the field, obviously, that they must end.
Yes, definitely.
And they fire their gun again. They don't want to get close to that giant mess over there. And 23.
That hits, but I use a reaction to grab one of the fire spheres that's floating around me and throw it in the path of the laser, making it do 5 less damage.
Yeah, it was another flare that did 3 fire damage, so it does nothing.
So the flare explodes early, just feet from Rakus's face. And I give a thumbs up to my brother.
A burst of song, appears is heard after the sphere pops.
It is Rakus's turn.
And return fire with a +1
to both attacks and damage rolls.
if I hit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's happening!
It's working! It's working!
Which one did you shoot? I'm sorry, purple.
Purple for another 4, but 5 damage.
You killed purple.
Nice.
Oops.
All that's left.
Kill or be killed in this life.
All that's left is the Mad Max goblin, and it looks very, very angry and upset that all of its minions are dead, and it reaches down to its belt and it pulls off a cobbled together sphere, and it pushes a giant red button, and it throws it like here, which is enough to get the 3 of you.
Oh no!
So I'm going to do a ranged attack to hit. Okay, yeah, I super rolled on that one. I could hit with a grenade.
Yeah.
I need my character sheet again.
Frag grenade. Make that roll. All right.
Flex saves.
Hey!
It does 1 damage. It's just a Mark 1 frag grenade, and it's a DC 11 for.
So it doesn't matter if you make the flex save or not.
So,
you take 1 damage.
Right. Oh my gosh.
All right.
All of you take 1 damage.
No, hold on though. Hold on, because this is hilarious. Ava's gonna actually use her reaction to utilize her feet to redirect her shield and block 1 damage from something I can reflex save against. So.
Oh my god. Heckin' shield blocks.
Ava shield blocks the shrapnel.
Well, now we know how Ava survived in the wilds of this moon for like 40 years.
Oh yeah, no.
She's a terrifying beast. That's all she can do though. It's Lahan's turn. There's just this one very frustrated looking goblin standing over there.
Are you muted?
Sorry, what? My mother walked in.
That's fine.
It's your turn.
It's Lahan's turn, and you just see this very frustrated-looking, Mad Maxed up space goblin just standing there, just impotently.
Yep. Lahan takes a move action to track that goblin, and then shoots it. So there'll be a +1 on this. 15 to hit.
That will hit.
1 cold damage.
It takes it like a boss.
Oh yeah.
That boss.
It roars in defiance.
Oh, 1
It's
damage.
Haseto's turn.
Jacinto is going to. I don't know if I want to necessarily spend another spell slot on the last goblin. So Jacinto is just going to flick another crate at this goblin. And it's going to do that. Oh, 17 to hit all allies within 60 feet. So I don't think I count as my own ally, bizarrely. So that is 1 point of bludgeoning damage to the goblin as a crate flies over and sort of nicks him on the face, I guess.
And it holds its forearm up in front of its face as these bits of debris slam into it, and it also bellows at you.
And at that, Jacinto will probably step back a little bit. He doesn't want to get hit again. That grenade was scary.
And it's now the murder machine's turn.
Jacinto, if you can't be your own ally, how ally?
I ask myself that question every day.
I feel like you are your own ally, unless you find a ruling otherwise, honestly.
We're just gonna, you know what? We're just gonna make this attack at a -2. Why not?
To give it a chance to survive.
To give it a chance to survive. She's gonna go ahead and hurl a hand axe at this thing. That's a 14 to hit KAC.
Yeah, it definitely hits.
Oh yeah,
my God, you're a
7
monster.
damage.
And it's still standing.
Oh, good. She's going to then move forward to place herself in between the goblin and her the people she's protecting, her wards, essentially. At this point.
All right, I'm going to say it's not Raucus's turn because it is.
Huh?
I see. All right.
I was trying to plan ahead, and I realized I might not have to.
Rakus will dashing behind Ava's back, fire at the goblin from the other side. Get out of our fair! This is disruptive to business.
Ooh, that's a trick. A 9
That is a
definitely
trick.
exceeds this goblin CR.
Yeah.
How do you
Gosh,
want
what do
to
you
end
do?
this goblin? How do you want to end it?
Oh, a cruel shot straight through the ears, going out the other ear.
Ooh.
That sounds right. It was screaming at Ava, and you just off to its side. You just draw a bead on its big, pointy, dangly ears and shoot right through them. And it falls to the ground.
Well, we should probably get going. Thanks, everyone. It's been great. It's been great. We'll be back in like 3 or 4, maybe never years.
Ava retrieves her 2 hand axes and puts them back in her belt next to the third.
After the last goblin in the square falls, Father Xantus runs forward. And he wasn't actually standing up on those steps. I just moved the token up there. He's got like cuts in his ceremonial robes. I think Father Xantus is just going to be human, which is weird, I know.
So weird.
I have a species suggestion if you want one.
Is it an uplifted bear?
It is. Yes.
Then we do not want it.
I second this motion.
I think he'll just be a weird human. Who's, by weird I mean human. He's got like tears in his robes. They're soot stained. He's obviously been running around trying to help people, and he's like, "Thank you so much for helping. Is there anything I could do to help you? Are you hurt?"
Going to ask
No, of
you.
course not.
Rakus is gathering up all of the various stuff that he was juggling, putting it back in his, I don't know, floating briefcase.
It's like it's the Baby Yoda little like hover
The carriage.
pod.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hover bassinet.
He's like, "Well, I'm so glad you were here to help us. This is crazy. This hasn't happened, and we've never had an organized assault like this. I mean, there's goblins that live out in the outside town in the wildlands, like further away, but this is nuts."
Yeah, I've never seen goblins in town before.
Yeah, I mean, you especially, like in your life. I mean, I'm assuming you're in your late teens, maybe early 20s. Like, you can't remember like an actual raid on the town. Like, you've heard stories of when you were first settling that it happened a couple times until people like finally got the walls up and whatnot.
Yeah. It never happens.
So this doesn't normally happen, is what I'm hearing. That's odd. Why would they attack your town then? On the day that we came?
I don't know, unless they just thought that, unless they thought we'd be distracted. And I mean, that kind of true. We do have some air defenses and I didn't see anything firing back at the planes. Like, that's not right.
How weird.
And as you guys are having this little discussion, you hear a very high-pitched shriek to the north near the northern gate.
He's in trouble.
Ava's already run into the northern gate.
Yeah, Lahan follows Ava to try and help.
Very high-pitched scream.
Rakis is pretty uninterested in helping.
Jacinto will call out to Rakis. Come on, Rakis. They helped us with the fight. We should go over and see what we can do.
Yeah, it's more like we helped them with the fight, but he follows anyways.
Oh no, there's dead people.
And goblins.
You guys are coming from the south. I should have made the map a little bit bigger, but this was the size of map I found. This was actually the map for the encounter. They just, for some reason, despite the fact that it has to occur approximately where it does, they didn't think to extend it 5 or 6 squares further south and maybe show less of outside the wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's important set dressing. We need to be able to see where we can't fight.
Yeah, it's a good 50 feet. Yeah.
Goodness. That's okay.
Yeah. So sometimes I will, when I'm loading in a map, if I think more space is needed, I'll just you can make the map as many squares as you want, and then I'll just color the background, the dominant color, like green here.
Or you could even do. You could Photoshop cut out that 50 feet of wilderness and put it behind the wall and just
that's a lot of work.
Generally,
that's
what I
so
do.
much more work.
Use clone stamp to make things bigger. Oh yeah.
I just didn't think to do it. I'm not gonna lie. I should do it now. But...
Don't worry about it. No, we're fine. We will survive somehow.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't we just settle on doing this yesterday?
Yeah, no.
So I'm not.
Less
to be
than
fair,
24 hours to prep.
It was a day and a half ago. It was Friday. I said I'd give it a shot and let you know yesterday morning.
Yeah. No, I'm not worried about it. And you know what? It's been fantastic so far, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're having fun.
All right, you want some new initiatives as we run up?
Yeah, we're gonna need to do initiatives. I was looking up my modifiers for my quick initiative macro.
Oh, I'm much faster this time.
Let's get a good initiative, Ava. 13, not hot, but at least I'm going before someone. She's a little winded.
Wolf?
She's not a spring chicken anymore. That's for sure.
Huh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, running up here. Take it out of you.
Oh.
Especially with these tiny little stick legs.
That's so cute.
My con modifier is 11.
Either you're running on the tiny little stick legs or you're hopping one-handedly on your elephant.
Yeah.
All right, as everybody in the initiative order, I'm going to sort.
Affirmative.
And Rakis, you get to respond first, and you come upon this scene. There is a gentleman right here, we'll decide his species in one moment, who is hiding behind a rain barrel and screaming so very high-pitched, and I have to blow my nose.
Oh, that guy? Oh, man.
Clearly, that's just a boring old human.
I mean...
He
looks kind of like a bear to me.
Yeah, no, he's very bearish.
Yeah, you know what?
Earth sign even.
You Raxalites all think everyone looks like uplifted bears.
It's true.
I think that's what it is.
Maybe we should make him a Patra. He is very vain.
A Patra.
I could see him being a cat.
Would you like for him to be a Patra?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, all right.
This town has an overabundance of animal people.
That's fine.
You're welcome,
It's
Seth.
actually
It's
a
turning
furry town.
Well, I was going to say it's turning into an episode of BoJack Horseman.
I mean, you're playing Starfinder. Why would you want the predominant thing to just be human? Why not try any
with
number
forehead
of
folds? Yeah.
Yeah, why would you not want any one of the 120 plus races that we have to choose from that are far more interesting? I think.
Hey, now I like my humans with antenna.
I do too.
Star Trek humans. Yep. Anyways, Rakis will quickly assess the goblins right in front of him and decide to pick on the leader. Dashing
Yeah,
over here.
so what you see is the three goblins that are arrayed back here in a semicircle. They are armed with the flare guns and the dog slicers and whatnot, much like the ones that you previously murdered. This individual here is wearing some bigger, bulkier, heavy armor, and he's riding on the back of a Tashtari, and they are currently doing battle. And he's using his flame dashko to attempt to murder this dog who is defending its master.
No, doggo.
Oh, hell no.
You will not use that dog chopper on no dogs while I'm around.
I shoot him. Pew pew pew.
Is that like the sound that French guns make? I'm not feeling it.
Uh-huh. That is a successful trick attack for 6 damage, and he is... Oh, no, I'm not level. He's just... Right, I should actually delete that sentence because I'm not high enough level yet. Yes, 6 damage.
Is that a dead goblin?
That's it. That's my turn.
You might
Jet,
be
you may
muted.
be muted.
Sorry. No, it is still alive. It's just super hurt. I apologize for that. But goblins, they don't get to live long. I'm just going to have to make everything more dangerous now.
Oh.
If you invite me back again, I will up the danger level.
Oh,
Well,
no.
I was going to say, as God, you have this weird ability to give your creatures more HP.
Oh no,
right.
their muscles are thickening as we watch.
I do, but we're having fun, so I'm not overly concerned with changing that stuff mid-combat.
Fun is the primary objective.
Yep.
So we're going to go on to this next goblin, which happens to be one of the ones in the back. And they're going to see that I believe this individual here took a shot, and they don't like that. And they're going to draw a bead and attempt to launch a flare at you, which is going to be futile because they'll probably miss. And then if they do hit, you're just going to pull down one of those little orbs to block it. But we'll find out.
He's probably
I
got some
hope
soft
that's-
cover from Doggo because he's so small.
Yeah, you got a little bit of cover. I rolled a total of 20. Soft cover is what,
4.
+4. Ooh, what's your AC?
Not great. It's EAC is 15, so even with cover, that's a 19, so he still hits. So yeah, I'll use
Lucky goblin.
my second of, what is it, 3 orbs?
Yeah, 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you
2
block
damage.
3 damage from this flare.
Man, that is I'm
Yeah, great
pretty
spell.
impressed with that spell. That's really
Yeah,
good.
That's a great
That was
spell.
that was a choice selection on your part.
Your brother would have gone into HP damage at this point.
Yeah, no, this and it makes sense because they're spheres, and it's the
Yeah.
song of the spheres. Another glorious burst of song comes as
This
Yeah.
next goblin is going to see what is happening and move slightly over here like this, and then attempt to shoot at you again.
But I can't do that twice.
Yeah.
18, and there's no soft cover this time.
Hits.
Oh no!
I'm assuming you used the last of your orbs to block the last of the fire damage.
I can't. It's a reaction.
Oh, you take 1 point of fire damage.
Ah!
Not
Oh,
1
no.
point. You found his weakness. He only
Suck
has
that
1
flare.
reaction.
Suck that flare.
I have eaten the flare. Thank you,
nom,
kindly.
nom, 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 nom.
Gross.
Delicious flare.
It's now the guy in red, and he is going to focus on that doggo,
No!
and
Swear
he
to
is
God.
going to strike home with that flame dashko, and it's going to pierce the breast of this loyal, lovable beast, and the beast will fall to the ground.
No.
No!
Somebody cast stabilize on it quick!
And it's now Lahan's.
Absolutely intend to.
In that case, since we have a mystic friend, Lahan uses her combat tracking on the one that just stabbed the dog and shoots it, hopefully in the face. So it has a +1 from combat tracking. Come on, roll 20. Cooperate. It's a 13 to hit.
EAC or KAC?
EAC.
Definitely hits.
1 cold damage to that goblin.
It looks miffed.
Looks mildly uncomfortable.
There's a little bit of rime growing across its pauldron where you nicked it.
Get it?
Yeah.
Intentional,
Okay.
but appropriate.
Um,
Jacinto's turn.
Jacinto legitimately cares for the life of this dog and cares for its well-being and is going to try and cast Stabilize on it. So he just reaches out mystically and hopefully stops it from dying.
Okay. How do you reach out mystically? Do you use the Song of the Spheres to stabilize this dog?
Yes. So some music sort of floats on a breeze towards the dog and enters the dog's ear and whispers to it, "Hang on." Yeah.
When
Is
you
it
do
Spaff
that,
Mouse?
and when you do that, the dog relaxes, but not in a I've just died way, in a someone's here for me.
Oh,
Oh, doggo!
coming over there, doggo. And then, that was my standard action. And as my move action, I am going to not actually come over there just yet. I am instead going to use the Song of the Spheres again by spending another resolve point, I think, because that sounds like a good plan. I'm not using them right now. Who knows? So we'll call out once again. Stand firm, everybody. The song shall guide you. And you get the +1 to attacks and damage rolls for 1 round.
Nice. I really
And
like
we really need
like that connection.
Sirenscape. Really need Sirenscape to go with this music mystic.
Mm-hmm.
I also really like that connection. It's that mystic connection. The way it's playing is really fun, I think.
Yeah, no, I'm having a
very
great time
cool.
with this character. He's really neat.
It's now Ava's turn.
All right, now here's my question, because I've never really played with throwing weapons too much. Can you full attack with 2 of them if you got one in each hand?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna
Oh,
say no to that.
sweet. Okay.
Also,
well,
I think if you have quick draw.
Absolutely. Quick draw.
Yeah. If you have quick draw, you could throw them as part of the action. But if you have 2 in your hands right now, you don't even need.
Is that? Oh, well, I was thinking, yeah, she might have run up with that because you can use that as long as you're not wielding the shield. But if I'm allowed to do that, then she will just play it that way. And full attacking the doggo underneath that goblin. Oh, geez, for an 11 and a 12.
The evil
wolf,
dog.
not the doggo.
Tashtari. The Tashtari.
Also, the Tashtari. I said evil doggo.
13.
It's 12 and 13 to hit. You're right.
Sizing a little bit of GM power here. Let some calculations play out. 13 does hit.
Sweet.
And,
That's the 6 damage.
7 damage with the
7.
Oh wait, no, that's 12 and 13 because of the +1.
Yes.
KAC. Okay, one of them still hits the 13. So 6
Cool.
damage to the Tashtari.
7.
7 because of
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, that's okay. I'll just keep rudely butting in and reminding you of the cool thing.
It's not rude. I appreciate the reminder.
And that'll be my.
Tashtari looks upset, and it glares at you. And it is going to. Oh, wow. I'm not going to do that. All right, it's going to stare at you, and its furry spines along its back are going to start at the tip of its tail, and they're going to light up. Bam, 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 all the way up its spine, and its eyes are going to glow, and you're going to see like its skull through its flesh, and this light is going to billow forth from its mouth, and it's going to fire a laser at Ava.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. No, I love Tashtari. They're so cool.
You can have one as a creature companion too, which is really cool.
You can.
And I rolled a 3 on the die for a total of 13 against your EAC.
That's gonna miss.
God,
I'm sorry.
Proc!
You're too happy about
Sound
that.
sorry.
I don't. Ava's doing exactly what I built her to do.
I had I had a very good chance to hit with that, and I
You had
can't.
a
I can't do
very
it.
good chance to hit. The so it's the 10 and the +2 again from Dex. So yeah, no, this attack actually glances off of the armor, deflected to a harmless location. I hope.
That's a-okay. I think it's going to defend its boss, and it's very stupid to do so, but this goblin's running up here, and it's going to try and stab you. Goblins aren't known for being smart.
I was gonna say.
No. They're generally a little bit.
Its blade, it hits you with the flat of its jagged piece of metal, and it just smacks you in the shin and does nothing.
Oh no.
It's now Rakis's turn.
Rakus will. Well, I guess he can't do this because the world has ends to my south. But if possible, he will run back south 40 feet, firing over his shoulder at the boss goblin. With this button and this button. Ooh, that's a miss-a-roni.
It is a +1 for the Song of the Spheres. Is
It's a
10.
10 versus flat-footed EAC.
Which goblin are you shooting at? I'm sorry.
The boss.
So let me double check his armor. The EAC and flat-footed would give you a 2.
Would be a 10
That'll
for the
hit.
song.
Yeah, so effectively a 12. Oh, 12 EAC hits.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Goblin.
That is 6 damage. I got it.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize.
This goblin is dazedly in the saddle of that Tashtari, sort of swaying back and forth.
Yeah.
It's his friend's turn,
Yep.
and his friend reaches over, like steps closer. Well, they're right next to each other. I just moved the token like a smidge. It reaches up to his boss's belt, and he grabs a healing serum, and he jabs him.
It's okay. I got you, boss.
Drugs!
For 2! That did nothing, you foolish goblin. Other foolish goblin. Let me double check. I need to see. Oh, I rolled the wrong number of dice.
What?
Yes. I gave him Mark II healing serum, so he healed 9.
Rude.
7.
Well, it was the original 1d8,
Oh,
and then I
3d8.
rolled 2d8.
Yeah.
So,
Fair enough.
this one's going to shoot at that little Raxolite bastard that just shot his boss.
Oh no!
In case it matters, I did run like 40 feet to the south.
I mean, I'm
don't know
probably
what the
not going to
range
hit
of that
anyway. I'll just give it a -2.
Yay!
So a 10 will probably miss.
Yeah.
Just
Rakus
flares
ducks.
everywhere.
At least the battlefield is well lit.
Yeah. No,
We
Ava's.
should get these guys into our Deep Rock Galactic game. I
Yeah,
love
there
these
you go.
flares.
There you go. Ava's genuinely worried about the fire problem, though.
The red guy will descend from his mount. And you're the closest target. As futile as it is. As futile as it is.
Hey, little buddy.
And it's going to attack with its Flame Dashko for 14 to hit, which will glance off of your shield, I'm assuming.
Indeed.
Now Lahan's turn.
Lahan will move up towards the bushes up here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Up towards these bushes. So hopefully she can get a clean shot at that goblin boss.
Yep.
And take a shot. So that's +1 for my combat tracking is 16, +1 for glorious music is 17 to hit for 7 cold damage.
Super hits, and it's still
Nice.
standing, but
So cold.
so it's barely standing.
All right.
CRs tell me nothing; they lie. I should have made these tougher, but we'll learn.
Yeah, I'm
Come
a
back
big
next
fan of.
time.
It's just a difficulty adjustment by fudge. The easier the fight is, the more random +1s they seem to accumulate.
Well, see, I'm not super invested in dropping any of you. This is a let's get the group together, let's have fun scenario. If you guys invite me back, I will learn from this and attempt to make the next enemies more dangerous.
Oh yeah,
Oh, no.
and that's also another strong point. Like you have to think within the realms of the narrative, which ones does it make sense for the heroes to drop down? And the answer is probably not a bunch of schmuck goblins.
Uh-huh.
So Lahan did the shooty shoot and the movie move. I believe it's Jacinto's turn, unless you.
All right. That dog is still up, right?
Oh, that Tashtari is still standing.
Tashtari.
The dog is down. You can shoot the dog if you want.
No, I don't want to. I just helped the dog. All of your Song of the Spheres is over. I apologize. So Jacinto, I guess, is gonna move just a little bit to his left and is going to huck Pebble with telekinetic projectile at the Tashtari. You're not gonna catch me in that trick. And it's a miss. You would think that would be a natural toot, but that's a 3 on the die for a total of 4 to hit.
Great. Would you like to do anything else, or are you done?
No, that's it.
All right, it's time for the murder machine to act and probably end the lives of my 2 goblins that are close.
Indeed. It's going to be a full attack, you guessed it. She's going to shield slam Red. And
I'm just picturing you
Go
grabbing
ahead.
the rim of the shield and just slamming it down like you're beating out a rug.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, so she's actually... I like it. She's basically got a Captain America shield, just smaller. So she's just punching with the edge of the shield, essentially.
All right, do your worst.
Beat this goblin to death.
This is at a
Which one are you
-4.
targeting first?
So we're hitting Red with the shield, and then not Red with the axe that she draws from her belt as a swift action.
Okay, Red with the shield.
So that's at a -4.
You murder
And at a
Red. You murder both of them. I guessed correctly.
So she just
Machine.
punches Red right through the
Wow.
the glass helmet, and he doesn't die because again, non-lethal damage with the shield. But then she draws the axe and then just splits the other goblin's head clean open.
Many murders, so many.
So much
Ava,
murder.
Ava, you have murdered this Tashtari's master, and it's going to say heck to all of this. And I need
Heck you.
everything in a 60-foot radius to make a fortitude save.
That's my
Yeah,
best
that's-
save as a.
That includes my 2 other goblins.
I think that's everybody.
Oh no, it's a 9.
Oh no, it's a 7.
6.
Is it mind affecting, paralysis, poison, polymorph, sleep, or stunning?
No. What happens is all of the bristles from the follicle, starting at the follicle, flare with light, and then it extends out to the tips, and then it goes incandescently white, and it flashes. And you are, if you don't make the save, you are dazzled for 1d4 rounds.
Oh, dazzled.
Oh no! What is
We are-
dazzled?
Bedazzled. It's a -1 on attack rolls or something like that.
And what was the
I can
DC?
go
It was a
In
DC
the
10.
conditions, you can just click it.
dazzled. The old razzle dazzle.
That
What
Tashtari
of
gives
my
you.
goblins got worse?
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh, and it's only for one round. Cool.
Just for one round, yes. That was its standard action, and I think it's probably smart enough to know that you're dangerous, so it's gonna.
Solid move. Wait, no, come back. You've got my axes in you.
Ah! We've got Goblin, which is dead, and now it's Raucus's turn. That goblin's alive.
Raucus will take a shot at one of the remaining goblins. Let's say the one on the west.
What's the range on your weapon? Because you ran
pretty
40
high.
feet away.
Yeah, it's pretty high though. It's 80. Laser guns go far.
Yeah.
Flare guns go not so far. Oh, sorry, I pressed the button twice. So 13.
Is it this one, or
And
was it
the
the
western
higher up
one, I fail the trick attack. So that is just 4 damage on this guy.
Still stands, but it is very injured.
I'm still standing after just 3 rounds.
And his friend does not like the looks of this, and it's straight up gonna follow that Tashtari. It's running through the gate, running for the gates.
Yeah, get out of here.
This other goblin, the one on its last legs, runs, and I think it's gonna hop on that Tashtari. Lahan's turn.
Lahan sights that Tashtarian and shoots.
What did Tashtari ever do to you?
I mean, it took my friend's axes. We need them back. Also, it dazzled me, so that's only a 9. So that'll probably miss.
Yeah, that misses. Yay! It's Jacinto.
Jacinto is just going to sort of watch them run away. Head over to this doggo here and reach down. Yeah, he's going to cast a Mystic Cure on the doggo. Now that the threat is on turning tail and running away. So, spell. Huh. That is 8 points of health back to our NPC doggo.
Doggo looks so healthy. You hold your hand down, or actually, I'm picturing this since you're very musically and your character's very musically inclined. You lean in, but not very far because you're also very low to the ground, and you sing softly into that wound, and you see the bits of flesh like shoot across and grab each other and pull the wound close, and then it starts to heal at a very rapid pace.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a song only the dog can hear.
It's that LinkedIn link. Oh God, what's the name of that band? Linkin Park song, but backwards.
And it's Ava's turn. Your axes are running away.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Oh no, she's running up to throw her axe at that thing again, but it's only a 12 to hit. I do have that -1 calculator.
That will actually miss.
Of course it will. And let me roll my d4 to see how far away it does go. But that's it from my.
Okay, after Ava, it's the Tashtari. The Tashtari looks at you, and it's like that sound of ripping, snarling. It's like ripping paper, like it's that sort of snarl as it glares at you, and that flash of light travels from the tail tips to the skull, and again you can see its skull within, like through its flesh, as it belches a laser at you before it runs away. Why would it not shoot at you? God damn! I roll a 3 every time I shoot that laser, so a total of 12.
Oh,
Oh no. Yeah, misses.
wow! A 3 on the die for a 12 is pretty good, though.
That's why I said I had a decent chance of hitting with it.
Yeah, yeah, you did.
Everyone who toggled dazzled on your sheets as its turn ends, we're no longer dazzled.
Yeah.
So just checking, I don't see that evil dog on the board. Do other people see it?
It's
It
hidden
has
underneath the
a goblin
goblin.
on its back.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, one of the goblins ran up and jumped on its back.
I missed that.
It's outside the gate now, and it's Raucus's turn. Should Raucus wish to continue the conflict?
Raucus will move 40 feet up, which brings him to here on the map, and aim carefully down the iron sights and fire at that dog.
Tashtari.
Evil dog.
Not dog.
The dog was just healed. You're shooting the dog?
Evil dog. 0 probably fails the trick attack, and 7 probably misses. Carry on, carry on.
Well, as soon as they started running, they got infinitely harder to hit, it seems.
They're going to get brave and turn around. No, not really. They're going to keep running.
I was going to say, a brave goblin? This is Pathfinder 2?
And I think that one actually would be... no, I didn't mean to resize it. Oh, it's getting tinier.
Oh
no, it's getting worse.
Yeah, I think that goblin gets away.
That goblin's at the very least right there. The other goblin is just sitting on the Tashtari's back, and it's just like nudging its ribs with its heels, like, go, 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 go! And it's
Lahan will
Lahan's
take
turn.
one last parting shot at that Tashtari. Should we take one shot or should we fish for crits, friends?
Fish.
Fish for crits!
Nothing wrong with going fishing.
shit.
Oh, you didn't even hit the fish.
She got a bite on the first roll.
So that's 6 damage, and the Tashtari is staggered, and then the second one is a 14.
Fine.
If that hits, or
That
1
does
full
hit.
damage.
Staggered, which let's look.
It can move or standard, but not.
It can, yeah, staggered. It's bad.
Staggered's really bad.
Especially when you're trying to run away.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's why slow is such a nasty spell.
Mm-hmm.
Jacinto.
That's, yeah.
Hi. Jacinto just sits here stroking the dog's ears.
It wags its tail. Its tail is thumping into the grass, and the Patra is still standing back there behind the barrel, not even looking at the situation, still just screaming in the most high-pitched manner imaginable.
Oh, well, if that's the case, I guess I'll actually, start trying to calm him down. I don't know mechanically what I can do in the middle of a combat, but I'll say, hello there. It's okay. The goblins are running away. And look, I fixed your dog. I healed him.
They fixed your dog.
Look, all of his guts are on his inside.
Yeah, no, the Song of the Spheres, blessed your dog. That's pretty cool, right?
The high-pitched screaming slows and sort of comes back into normal hearing range. You were losing bits and pieces of it because it was so high-pitched. Does not appear to be even like looking at or caring about his dog. They're just like taking in the scene, and they're like, okay, goblin's dead, goblin's gone. Looking at themselves, and they're not injured at all, and that seems to be their priority.
Well, if it was that high pitched, Ava probably couldn't hear it because she's lost most of her high range hearing.
It was warbling up and down into the ultrasonic standard range.
Ava's going to run up here and grab her axe that she threw, and that'll be it for her. That's her 2 actions.
I thought she was going to Captain America that shield.
Oh man,
Would have been really boss.
What
Do
is
you
the what
wanna
are
do
the
that?
rules on? Yeah, I do. What are the rules
It
on
counts-
throwing a weapon that doesn't have a range increment?
It's just an improvised weapon. So I think it's kind of up to GM Fiat.
I would say it's either a -2 or a -4. But no,
Yeah,
it's
And then
definitely
probably a
not
range of
tradition.
20 feet.
Yeah, it'd probably be a 20-foot range, which you're close enough.
Yeah.
And I'd say it's probably like a -4 if you wanted to give it a shot.
All right, we're gonna shield slam at a -4 because improvised weapons at D3, right?
I think so.
Yeah. I'm so excited for this to work.
No,
That hits.
that's a.
Oh no, it's with a
unless you-
-4.
Oh, did you
No,
factor
yeah,
in the -4?
That's not factored in. I was gonna say I don't have a
okay.
button to click for -4s. I don't like giving myself that.
Okay. I didn't know if you'd factored that in. So no, it will sail over that goblin, and that goblin will duck down and hug that Tashtari so hard.
Here's that D4 to see where it lands, and that's my turn.
Tashtari's turn. It only gets to move or attack,
Yep.
and I think it's going to choose runaway.
Yeah, that's probably
But
That's
how
correct.
fast is it?
It's still not off the map. If you guys are vengeful. Rockus's turn.
Marcus is vengeful.
How long does that staggered last?
1 round.
Marcus is able to get up to here. And that is in range. So I'll take a shot. One day this roll will go through. One day.
Someday.
Well, 17 probably
see it.
hits. Let's see if there's any trick attack damage. I pressed the button, I promise. I'll press it a few more times because it feels good.
that
right.
really doesn't help.
All right,
Ooh.
we'll just take that first
Tier
one. All right, and 2 damage, so 6 damage to the Tashtari. I figured out what it was called. It isn't a bad dog.
No such thing as a bad dog.
I take it the 6. That's too many trick attacks, Simon. What were you thinking? I take it the 6 damage doesn't bring it down.
No, sorry, I was accidentally muted. So you fire out, and that was it a laser? Is that what you shot? Yeah,
Yep,
as
laser
laser
pistol.
pistol. That laser blast hits it, and you take out, like, it was limping on 3 legs because it was staggered and it was just starting to recover. And you take out its other front leg, and its front end just plows into the dirt, and that goblin goes rolling. And the goblin gets up, looks around, and it's the goblin's turn next. So the goblin's just going to run.
Book it.
Yeah.
Tashtari is down. It's gone. It's dead. I
Good.
mean,
Ruckus
And
blows
we're no
the smoke
longer
out of his rifle. Jug throws it in an arc in the air, and it falls neatly into a holster on his back. It's about as big as he is.
I was gonna correct you and say, but it's a pistol. But it is basically a rifle for us, isn't it?
It
Yep.
is, yeah.
Ava goes and retrieves her shield and 2 hand axes, and comes back inside the gate.
Sir, why were you screaming so much?
they were trying to kill me. Thank you so much. And I need to know all of your guys' charisma scores.
Oh, I'm 14.
12.
Flat 10.
14, 12, 10, and missing someone.
Simon.
Oh, sorry, 12. I was muted.
Who had the 14?
Me. Sorry, me isn't helpful. Jacinto.
Jacinto. He eyes you in an appreciative manner, and he's like, "Thank you so much for saving me," and he falls all over you.
Oh, right, this
Oh,
guy.
No, I'm only a really, really small plant. Please, you'll bruise my flower.
I mean, he's
Ruckus
careful
knows
about
what to
it.
Yes. My brother Hass is a powerful wizard who can tell your future for only a few small credits.
Oh, I'm gonna be staying at the White Deer. Feel free to stop by later. I'd love a reading. I'll pay double your going fare.
Deal.
Okay. Yes, I'll definitely stop by.
And if you
Oh,
want
actually,
a
let me
really
retcon that.
thorough reading, you can pay quadruple.
Let me retcon that. He's staying at the Rusty Dragon. I'm sorry.
Yes, I will definitely stop by. For sure. That's a 17 bluff check.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm totally willing to pay extra for a very thorough reading, and all of you helped save me. I'm going to reward all of you. And this Patra is dressed in very nice clothes.
Ooh.
Probably, I feel like it's got kind of like that fusion of Western and Eastern styles of formal wear.
Hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Hmm.
Like, I feel like it's probably dressed like that, and very regal looking cat. Is it Abyssinian? Is that a cat breed, or am I mangling it?
Abyssinian? I think
Abyssinian,
Abyssinian
maybe?
is a cat, yeah.
Probably something along those lines, because in my head, for some reason, I'm
Abyssinian.
thinking those are regal
Abyssinian,
cats.
yeah. Oh, they're very cute.
That's what he looks like.
Regal looking.
Yes, a very cute regal cat. He's got like jewelry, like cuffs going, like like his ears are pierced, and he's got like jeweled cuffs and like dangly like jewel things on the tips of his ears, and like a very fine like gold or platinum collar with probably sapphires set into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, platinum collar, silver with sapphires set into it, so it pops and stands out. Rings on his fingers.
Wow. He is very decked out then.
Yes, yes. A good friend to have.
And you'll notice
suppose
during
so,
this whole
yes.
conversation, he's fawning all over Hyacinth and not even paying attention to his dog.
Oh.
That's okay.
Yeah. No,
Lahan will pay
I'll
attention to Doggo. Lahan's petting Doggo.
good, excellent.
Ava will also pet Doggo. She wants the baby.
And that's actually the plot hook that draws us all together, our love of the doggo.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Oh, yes. Perhaps I do see something in your future. I could. I'll swing by the white deer. You said.
I'm sorry, I was misremembering the Rusty Dragon.
The Rusty Dragon. I'm so sorry. Yes, the Rusty Dragon. I will be there at 8 o'clock tonight.
Lovely. Do you have a place to stay? I'm more than willing to pay for a room for you.
Yes, that could be nice, right, brother? I think so. Yes, that would be lovely.
All right. And I think that's about where we could call it, with you guys having tentative plans to meet Mr. Foxglove, the Abyssinian Patra, later at the Rusty Dragon, and he's
take him for all his worth.
You're going to attempt to take him for all his worth, and he's offered to pay for room and board for you folks for at least the night.
It sounds like he wants to take me for all he's worth.
It's true.
What you don't realize is somewhere in your family tree is catnip.
There it is.
We appear and he just like rolls on the ground, slobbering.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, boy. Hey.
Well, that was
Jet,
great.
Yeah, thank you so much for running. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Thank you for playing.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Hopefully, everyone out there in our audience enjoyed it. Very possible that we'll have Jet back to do some more of this one of these days. But we'll see what happens with this slot. We do like hanging out with you guys every Sunday morning. As usual, new Cosmic Crit tonight. Make sure you check that out. If you have Starfinder commissions, let Seth know. He may or may not be busy, but it never hurts to ask. And as we all know, he does amazing work.
100% can vouch for that. I've had him do, I think, 3 separate pieces, and I love every one of them.
They're all so
we,
good.
I was we were talking about it before the show actually, where I was looking for Raxolite art on Google, and there's like 3 images that come up first. The first 2 are Simon and My tokens that we used they come from Alien Archive 3, and then the third one is Sprouts that Seth drew for Cosmic Crit, and we reveled over the fact that most of the Starfinder art, like if you Google Starfinder Sheeran, Starfinder whatever, most of the art that comes up is official Paizo art and then Seth's art right afterwards. So like
honestly, Seth's art's easier to find sometimes depending on the species.
Yeah, definitely. So what I'm trying to say here is Seth does really good art, and it turns up in Google's algorithm. So
I'm trying.
It's nice for Seth to not be here because we can compliment him without him stopping us.
All he can do is just type.
And he was such a good GM during series 1 and stuff. He's
awesome
just just such a pleasant person to be around.
This is a secret
Seth
from Judy.
is saying indignantly he can still mute us.
This is a secret that I'm keeping from Judy, but I'm trying to convince Seth to give me like an hourly rate or something, because I want him to do like an Old West style shootout with the Seraph Jetsorian character and Judy's character, like in poster size.
Nice. Oh, that would be cool.
I want to get him to do that, and I want to get it printed and framed, and I want to hang that in her room.
Oh, that would be so
fantastic.
Like I want, her with her umbrella deflecting laser fire and like whacking someone with the sword, and
oh man,
fantastic.
I might even help subsidize this. That's cool. Also, big shout out to everybody who donated for CritterCon over the last we went like all week, right?
Yeah. We hit I think $6,666 was mentioned by Patrick yesterday.
Yeah, he was saying he was going to boost it. So over $6,000 for Doctors Without Borders this year. That's amazing. Really so cool. I want to say thank you to every single one of you who donated or volunteered your time or even just hung out for the weekend. You guys are what makes this happen, and it's so cool that our community can come together to do something that big. I hope everybody stays safe out there during this hunker down, shelter in place, quarantine, whatever you're calling it. Nobody's going too crazy. That's it. That's all I got for announcements.
We'll be back in a week for the continuation of Threefold Conspiracy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Next week. Stay inside. Don't be dumb.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I have to go to work.
Go to work if you have to, but otherwise stay inside. Don't be dumb.
Yeah. Everybody, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you next week for episode 1 of Threefold Conspiracy as that crew boards the Chimera and takes off on their first official adventure together.
Yeah, come watch me not face roll a bunch of guts.
Truth. All right, say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye,
everyone.
Take care of yourselves.